right. But if you got something.
All stuff we talk. Yeah, I kick it off, but you know what I mean. Let's go in the spirit. All right, Shalom. We'll start by saying, call Allah, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Makakadash. And double honor to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and love always to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth sincerity. All right, we're out here once again, but we're out here today, and it's a whole lot. Good? Oh, a little breezy. Yeah, a little breezy. It's a whole bunch of things happening as far as prophecy goes, man. Brother was just talking before we started, recording, like, the whole thing with the snaps, the whole thing with the war, still got the digital ID. And it's funny because I seen something, brother did something about Mexico with some digital ID stuff. And it's quite funny how that this snaps up is rambling up, how the digital ID is also along with it. So like, this conspiracy theory that we are, when you think about it, like if they be like, yo, to bring it on, why not say have a digital ID in America? Maybe that would be America's like opening to like say get more people to get digital ID like in a large amounts at one time.
No, I was gonna say that's what they're doing in the UK right
now. So like the beast, the whore, the prophecies as far as like all these things happening is all tied to prophecy. Because there's no other religion, there's no other doctrine, there's no other nation aside from the Israelites, whether what they look like and whatever they look like, the nation or not. There's no other nation telling the skinny on what's going on and how it's tied to their doctrine, because Islam is not doing that. Buddha is not doing that. The elephant Indian god ain't doing that. So what is the explanation for the things going on? It's prophecy. The civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? You got no king protest last week. Now, I mean, I don't know what's going on now.
You got the snaps November 1st.
Oh yeah, next Saturday, approximately a week. You got the whole thing, and then everybody's nailed by it right now. Everybody's wondering, damn, they're going to shut it, turn it back on.
Hey, and that's happening the day right after, Halloween, so-called Halloween, right? Which is, one of these pagan. Remember, this is called the holiday season, and it starts with, one of the most satanic, right, holidays that this nation follows, man.
All seasons, and then what's happening a little after that? There's an election. There's an election, I believe.
Midterms.
Or midterm election, but we're in a time of midterm elections. So a lot of people will be like, so what's up with that? So this and remember these things. Remember the Lord said these plagues that He's going to unleash on Egypt, the president of Egypt. This is all of what's taking place right now. Is with the beginning stages of it, because you still have a lot of people that still think that people have that false security, like, oh, they don't want to turn back. They don't want to have the people fucked up. But no, they do. And remember, this is not up to them. It's up to the Lord. Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi said, what? It's going to be evils that befall upon our people. Just think about what before Moses died, what did the Lord tell Moses to do? Tell them, yeah, they're going to go into the land and all that, but afterwards, they're going to go off. They're going to commit whoredoms and, basically iniquity. And then what was going to happen? Evil was going to befall upon them. And that's the thing that's happening to us right now. That's the thing that's been happening to us. The evils that befell upon us because what? Our disobedience to our Heavenly Father, Yahawah. And the Lord had to send His Son to bring us back. But at the end of the day, Yahawashi still got to come back to bring us back fully. We're right now still rehearsing righteous acts. We're still now learning and remembering ourselves more and more. But now the time is almost done for all that to prophesy already, because now the prophecies are actually speaking. The end shall speak. All right, brother, get that.
This is Jeremiah 30:7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
That's right. And it's even the time of Jacob's trouble. A time of Jacob's trouble. So that's not good times. The word trouble cannot be broken down to nothing else but what it means. It's bad shit. And this snap stuff is a precursor, because if it continues into November, because November 1st, and then a few weeks later, we'll have what? Quote unquote Thanksgiving.
And that's what a lot of these people are complaining about. Yeah. They won't have food to celebrate Thanksgiving and all these things.
And that's come on. You read that again. You get what it says. The scourges.
For amendment.
Yeah, but then you still don't, because like that's what's happening. These are scourges, and you're complaining about, I'm not gonna have the stuff, the resources to celebrate Thanksgiving, which is a pagan holiday. I basically worshiping of an idol. But you can read that again.
Jeremiah 30:7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it.
So it said that day is great. So not only is it Jacob trouble, it says it means it's going to be a great trouble. It's going to be a time. They said what time like no other has been, and a time like no other is going to be after. Right now, we're in the beginning phase of Jacob's trouble, and that trouble is going to be very, very bad for a lot of our people, a majority of our people.
You go into the word trouble. My bad. When you go into the word trouble, it says distress, trouble, vexer. So you're going to come. We're coming into times that is going to be vexing to people, right? Something that vexes you. Remember, in Isaiah 66, it tells you that my servants shall rejoice, right, of spirit, but ye shall howl of vexation of spirit. You know, when you're howling, yes, you're crying out. You know, you are in a desperation mode, and that's what the Lord is the brother saying, is cooking up right now. That's what is being built up, is a lot of vexations through different types of scenarios, calamities.
Right.
But then the brothers.
Now I'm just gonna say, because you brought up Thanksgiving, but a lot of things something else that people don't have to get rid of that's been popular the past couple of years is Friendsgiving. You're not going to do that anymore.
Right. That's more folly unto folly.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
But he shall be saved out of it. That's talking about the elect, the remnant that the Lord has of the Israelites. Those are gonna be the ones that are gonna be good in that time. Because what did the Lord say? What? My servant shall eat. So ironically, they're talking about the food situation. And remember, other day, brothers, I forget where I was at. It could have been Walmart, one of the stores, but yo, these niggas got the Red Bull locked up.
Damn.
And the thing. And it was like some other shit. I was like, dang, I locked that shit up. You know what I'm saying? But I guess niggas were stealing Red Bulls.
And Red Bull is bad for you.
Yeah.
Like that shit will fucking give you a heart attack.
Yo, but I think it might be addicted to it and shit.
Kevin Samuels.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
no, for real, because I was hearing hard problem about Red Bull before Kevin Samuels, because back in the day we used to put it. Well, I didn't do it much. Motherfuckers used to put it in liquor.
Right. Yeah. Red Bull and rum or something.
But then with Ciroc too,
Yeah.
like when Ciroc first came out, niggas was mixing it with Red Bull because it got that flavor. Like it's kind of like you know what I mean? But it said Jacob trouble, and you know they ain't telling you that in the churches. They should be. This is something that should be prevalent, read, and if you're quote unquote a church and a believer of the Bible. Because right now, this is playing out the page right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're coming in that time, man. It's only going to get worse. Now, granted, they can open the government back up. They could do whatever. They can put the Band-Aid back on it. But at the end of the day, the wound is incurable. Like the scriptures say, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Hey, the point you made before we turned the camera on, you know, which is where I got the title from. It says the point of no return. You know, when you get to a point of no return, it's although you try to do certain things like with Jeremiah 51, we would have healed Babylon, but it's at a point where it's like it's incurable now. It's incurable, right? It's a terminal, you know, a disease. At that point, there's nothing you can do, right? And that's why, like, when you get certain people to that point where they you know, we try to do different things, they put them into a hospice. And when you go into a hospice, you don't come out of that. At that point, you're just now trying to make your last days feel as comfortable as possible. Yep. But see, here, you're not going to feel comfortable going into the end. It's going to just only get worse as it gets to the end.
A dying and uncomfortable. Because I think that's what they even say. Like when in the hospital, like the goal is to keep you as comfortable and like your mind is like a certain kind of tranquility.
Yeah, they put you in, like, drug you up, morphine. And
shit. So to kind of keep you like, you know, you go out with you know what I'm saying? All right. But like at the end of the day, this is going to be uncut. This is going to be a dying. All the part of the illness that you have is seeking. It's seeking out of you. It's in you. And it's like you have no remedy for it. As the scripture said, because it says no remedy for this shit. Ain't no remedy for this sickness you got. This is a rare, well not rare, but this is an unknown terminal disease that America has. And America has had this disease since it's been born. Now that it's just older, the disease is taken because this place was destined to be destroyed anyway. You brother, when you go?
Yeah. It's Isaiah 65 and 11, the AMP version. But you who abandon, turn away from the Lord, who forget and ignore my holy mountain Zion, who set a table for Gad, the Babylonian god of fortune, and who fill a jug of mixed wine for Mini, the god of fate.
Yeah, and I just want to add, and that's what these holidays are, right? When you prepare a table, you're basically preparing a sacrifice. And that's what these people were complaining about. We're not going to have money to celebrate Thanksgiving. We're not going to have money to celebrate Christmas. See? So they're doing this because they forgot the Lord's holy mountain. They forgot the Lord's ways. But the Lord didn't forget you. That's the thing. Just because you forgot the Lord has not forgotten you. And now we're in the time where the Lord is remembering Babylon, and also those, starting with our people, those that have partaken in the wickedness of this place.
That point, maybe you made a point about the Lord not forget it. Made me think about I don't know if it's Isaiah or Jeremiah. I want to say it's Isaiah, where the Lord he mentions a mother, saying that a mother could forget her child, the child, but like I will not forget thee. Basically, like basically what you said, because like the Lord didn't forget none of this, and now it's time to collect the debt that He has with Israel and the other nations. But He's starting with Israel first because Israel is the one He cares about. That's why it's going to be Jacob's trouble. Now, granted, like brother was talking before, like the other nations going to be in a pitiful case, but Israel is going to be in that. All that is going to come to Israel first, and it talked about them other gods. That's what the Lord was always talking about. When we talk, like I said, I was reading that in Deuteronomy. When you telling Israel, He's telling Moses like, they're going to go and forget about me. They're going to provoke me to anger, and they're going to go off chasing other gods, and that's exactly what Israel's doing. That's what you're doing when you celebrate Christmas. You may not think it. You may think it's just a festive holiday. You eat some turkey and some shit. Gathering with family, but you gotta understand what that shit represents. That's what the Lord told us. It's what it represents. It's not off eating turkey. It's not off eating mac and cheese. It's not off eating fucking stuffing and shit. But it's all into what it represents. That's what it says. You eating unto idols. It's the 4th of July. You're eating unto idols of America, Babylon, the whore. Christmas, fake Jesus. What's the other one? Where it originated from? What's the name? Who? The Jesus idol originated in Babylon. The son. No, the son. Son of the mother.
Tammuz.
Tammuz, yeah. You know what I'm saying? All going back to the Babylon, which is back, now we're in Babylon the Great. So all this stuff is all given what? This idol worship. That's the main issue the Lord has with Israel, because why? That's what the fuck? Well, how is the Lord not dealing with the other nations? Because He didn't give them His law, statutes, commandments, so they could follow things made with man's hands. But the Lord said Israel wasn't supposed to do that. And since we are doing that, that's why we're going through the things we're going through right now in America and abroad. What's that?
Right. At Thanksgiving, you celebrating your own downfall. Your fellow tribesmen, you know what I mean? In Israel, like they got taken down. Gad and Reuben got taken down. And they took this land, and then they were put in subjection. Made as slaves, put in boarding schools and shit like that. And then once the slave, the southern tribe came in, then on the ships, whatever, then we got subjected. We were putting auction blocks, whatever, putting slavery in there and everything like that. So it's like you're celebrating your own downfall, your own, you know what I mean? Like your own demise.
It's funny, the Lord had Esau do this at the time of the start of the holiday season, the fall seasons, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a time of the year where, like, before winter hits, you have to pray that your flight not be in winter. So they talking, so if you, remember, if your snaps, remember your food, the food assistance stamps, remember that was something that was your safety, you felt that was a safety net, right? So if that's taken away, so all your other financial issues still remain. So that means that what? Now you got to pay more for food because the stamps and the snaps and shit was kind of like held you down for your food situation. But now, if that's gone into November 1st and into more time, because remember, November 1st, and then it's November 2nd, then November 3rd, then November 4th, and so on and so forth. And those days, you have no food stamps, which means what? You're going to have to pay rent because the first of the month, so that's rent due. And what other, expenses that you have. And they talking about, it's not just Jake either. They talk about a lot of Edomites on this shit. It's a lot of people on this shit. So it's an American dwelling carelessly thing. But it's just when Jake is always going to get the worst of it. You know what I'm saying? Found it.
It's Amos 5 and 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Now, you go into like what Israel was doing this whole time, idol worship, burning things unto other gods, sacrificing unto other gods, so on and so forth. That's the same thing they're doing now. Now, granted, they're not killing the turkey and doing it and saying they're not, so some people meet up for Thanksgiving. They're not out here talking about, and when they discovered America and all that. It's like the 4th of July. Jake is not celebrating that, but it's also it's the mentality of you're still doing this because of this, what Esau had going on. You may not be saying, I mean, I never been to a 4th of July cookout with Jig and they say Happy Independence Day, but it's the fact that you doing it because of the sole reason of why Esau's doing it, which is the independence of America from Britain. But it's still nonetheless idolatry. And that's one thing the Lord, that's the first commandment. Thou shalt have no other God before me. So since when you want to, the Lord like says you want to do that, my anger is going to be kindled against you. And that's why you have the Trayvon Martin. That's why you have the police shooting. That's why you have the hurry up and buys. Oh, we hate you niggas. That's why that's happening. That's why you become a byword. That's how you become the scum of the earth. I was on it, right?
Burnt offerings.
You can read that part.
Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
And that's where we at right now. And right now, they're not even sacrificing them to the Lord. At least back then, they was premeditated, but at least they was actually sacrificing to the Lord, but the Lord just wasn't dealing with it no more. But to the point, they was actually sacrificing to God, like what's Molech? What's the other one? Starts with a B. Baal. Asherah. Ishtar. All that. Yeah, all that shit, man. And they still doing it. Like the brother said, the fact that the first thing in your mind was how are we going to have a holiday season if we can't get our food stamps? That's what you told me. So you're still in your folly setting great dignity.
You just know what's spiritual about it is because they call it the holiday spirit, right? It's the holiday spirit. But the Lord is showing you that he's taking away that spirit. And he's bringing in a spirit of mourning and weeping. And as we've said, now it's to a point where it's only becoming, that's the spirit that you're only in now. It's not like, yo, we just got to ride out this season, because what's going to happen next season? What happens when you're in the 4th of July, not 4th of July, January 1st? Remember, you still got to deal with the spirits of vengeance that are out here. Right, you still got to deal with if things are not safe. Okay, the airlines, so you can't travel like that, right? Because you got a lot of people that are not going into work because they're not getting paychecks. So on top of you not getting your SNAP or your WIC, parts of society is being shut down because the government is shut down. So people are not work for the government. They're not getting paid.
Right.
And then there's they're going to the food pantries, but the food pantries are saying that they're being stretched thin. And then on top of that, you got the farmers that where the food comes from. They're saying that the farming is being affected by it. So every part of society, and that's what people don't think about, right? People don't think about how does food get into the process of how food gets into the grocery stores. There's an actual supply chain, right? There's a whole thing that starts with you got to grow the food.
Program.
But remember, with the whole thing with the immigrants, they were the farmers.
Yeah, they was talking about like Issacharites will be in the farm for like 12 plus hours. Apostle Harvey made a joke. He's like, yo, Judah not doing that. Esau not doing that. Who's gonna be doing it? And it's funny because what have they been talking about too? That 3D printed meat, all this fake shit, bill snakes.
Well, they said beef is at an all-time high prices right now.
Yeah. They were talking about some issues with the beef too, with some kind of poison, some kind of shit. So it's always something to where like it's like, and right now we're dealing with the pressure from above, pressure from beneath now, because now it's like everywhere you turn, it's like it's like damn, it's like not one thing, it's another, as they say. Oh, matter of fact, that was the one, disgorgeous. Unless you have something else.
Yeah, I got you. 2nd Esdras 16, verse start at 17. It says, "Woe is me." Actually, you know what? Let me start a little bit up. I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again."
Oh, the plagues are sent. Like it's an email sent. It's sent. I mean, the Lord sent them out, and the Lord said, "What? His word don't return unto him void." So it's sent.
Right. And I'll just add, because how is the Lord sending the plagues? Via the angels. Who's going to stop the Lord? Who's going to stop the angels from doing the work of the Lord? Who's going to stop? Remember, this is what we always say. This is all the Lord's program. He purposed it. So if he gives the message via YAHAWASHI to give to the angels, bring this plague. The YAHAWASHI, remember, when he rose, he said, "All power in heaven and earth is given unto me." So when he sends the angels the word to do this, they're going to do it. And that's why it says it shall not return again. Angel not going to say, no, like they try to make that movie with Gabriel and Michael was
Legion?
yeah. He came down to try to
help the earth.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
They're all on one accord, man. That's why as the scripture, Yahweh I pray on earth as it is in heaven. The order on in heaven is going to come to earth.
Yeah.
But in order for that to take place, you got to take out the one who is disordered, the children of disobedience.
Right.
It says, it shall not return again until they come upon the earth.
Until they come upon the earth, and they're upon the earth, and they're gonna keep coming too, and it's gonna keep getting worse. Because remember, like the brother said, the Lord might just be sending more angels by the day. It's a lot of earth to go, it's a lot of ground to cover, and the Lord has an innumerable company of angels. So the whole thing with they seeing stuff. I'm hearing more rumors about the 3D atlas, to where they said NASA is creating some kind of defense probe or some shit. Some kind of defense against the, was it 3D Atlas, 3-eye Atlas, some shit. So you got to think about that. And you got to think about this thing that's going on the actual planet. So you got stuff in the heavens and stuff on the earth. The same thing the Lord said. What, Joel, the 2nd chapter. You're going to see signs in the heavens and in the earth. Sinkholes, potholes, big ass cracks in the earth. Bodies of water drying up.
Earthquakes.
Oh yeah, definitely earthquakes. Monsoons, crazy storms. And then on top, the civil the kings, the people not regarding their princes or kings. Because granted, you have a lot of Trump supporters, but you have a lot of people that don't support Trump. I'm talking in America. And now you got the whole thing going on between the EU, America, NATO countries. You had a NATO country. They said Ukraine attacked the NATO country. I forget which country. It might have been Hungary. There was some shit going back and forth with them. So it's just it's an influx of prophecies coming to pass, and that's a good thing. So call YAHAWASHI outside for it, man. Because these are the days that the prophet said, these are the days when the Lord said, you should rejoice when you see these things, man. We don't get all bent out of shape like, yo, they're going to cut off the snaps. And if a brother is on snap, getting that shit, he's going to be like, well, hey, nothing lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it is what it is.
Yep. It says, verse 15, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consumes the foundation of the earth.
And damn, if you want to fast forward to that, what else is being talked about? America just sent some nuclear shit to I believe Australia.
And Russia just did a nuclear test.
A military drill. And North Korea. And guess what they said in those articles? They said, I know when North Korea said that North Korea tested a ballistic missile and had a Trump visit to Asia, because I guess Trump is going over to probably visit with the allies of America, like Japan.
Oh, he's visiting, yeah, he's going.
He's there right now.
I think he's going there.
Yeah,
he might have left yesterday.
Because I know they said the visit was coming up, and that was a couple of days ago. And the brother mentioned the military, the nuclear military drill that Russia just did. And I believe you're gonna have a lot of these fucking officials that going over to the small acts too, because the whole thing with the ceasefire. So they basically they said they're going there to make sure that Bibi keeps his end of the bargain. But if he don't, what y'all gonna do? Y'all ain't gonna do shit. And I believe they probably already violated the ceasefire.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
they attacked Lebanon.
Yeah. A couple days ago, right? Yeah. So like, there you go. So that's just the wars. You can keep bringing that.
Verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
So when you shoot an arrow, they said a strong archer, right? They
just said of a mighty archer.
A mighty archer. So that means a good archer. He shoots it. The arrow don't come back. The arrow goes out to wherever aimed at, whatever. And that's gonna be the missiles. But even all that, he's describing the plague being sent forth. Like this, you really look at what's going on, it's like, yo, this got it. The only explanation to a T is the scriptures. Because if you go to any other religion, any other doctrine, they don't really explain this shit.
Oh, I got a precept real quick. Right? Genesis 18, verse where to go. But Genesis 18, verse 17, it says, I'm reading in NLT. It says, should I hide my plan from Abraham? The Lord asked. And I put that in there. I say that because I wanted to bring it out, because the Lord in Amos, it says he will do nothing but if he revealeth his secret until his service to prophets. So when the brother just said that when you look at things, when you look at it, this gotta be the what the end time talks about in the plagues. We got to be living in that time right now. And the Lord gave that knowledge unto the prophets to dispense into the world, that we are in the time of the Lord's plan to his purpose to judge his place. That's why he told Ezra to measure the time diligently, right? To focus, to see what's going on, to discern the times, to be able to understand what has happened. As he also said, I've showed this, I have not shown this to everybody, but unto you, to thee, and to a few that be like thee, which are who? The prophets. That's why Jeremiah said, what? The prophets that have been before me and before thee prophesied against both great kingdoms and countries of war, even in a pestilence. Right. This is what we've been prophesying about.
And that's why the Lord said, well, if he set the apostles last, and when the time when the truth came about until now, we always talk about the measure of time diligently, the timeline wasn't that far before now. What's happening now? Look what's happening. Since the truth has gone forth, you had the advancement of the internet and technology. So from the time of what is YouTube? Almost 20 years now on YouTube. So that's look at that in itself. Look at that in itself. 20 years, and brother, you know, niggas be talking about, oh, y'all been talking that same job for all these years. It ain't been that long. It ain't been that long, though. And what's coming up next year? What, the 250-year mark of America's quote-unquote independence from Britain? So who knows what the Lord got in store for that? Because, you know, you're going to have didn't Trump say some shit like, you mentioned the 250-year mark, so they're going to probably have some kind of festive celebratory thing, especially if, you know, however, whatever's happening in the time until next summer, next actual July 4th. Lord forbid we're here, but if we're here, what you think the Lord got in store for the next couple weeks? We talk about from next Saturday. They talk about if there's no food stamps, that means that, you know, as much as you could cut corners and save, remember, they don't give you that much in those food stamps. Not that they give you shit to where you can begin filet mignon and your abominable lobsters and the fucking, you know, the best of shit. You ain't out here in food stamps at Whole Foods. You ain't at the food stamps at Wegmans. You go to the Walmart, you go to the, you know what I'm saying, whatever store, then you can't even get hot food. So if they cut all that away, that's what let's say roughly that's $200 out your budget that you have to take that you was getting the government, and now you got to use that $200 that you don't have and where you gonna get that money from? Where you gonna get that money from? Remember, a lot of people on food stamps don't work at all, period.
Oh, there was a video where chick said that because of how shit is going up in price, and she was like actually pretty attractive looking chick. She was like, yo, I'm going to sell it.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to sell it.
Well, that.
I'm letting you know right now that if this happens and everything and the shit don't get back normal, I'm selling it. And she just turned the camera off.
Yeah, it's gonna be for $40. If that, it may even be less, depending on how bad it is. Yeah, depending on how bad it is out here. And remember remember, a woman could revert to that easy because remember they've already made it comfortable for them to be in a horror state of mind. All the twerking on the camera and all that. Even like, you know, bitches that ain't even like that. They still, you know, they always got to throw their little twerking to show that, yeah, I could be a hoe.
Think about how many women have heard stories of wanting to go to college and what they do. They turn to strippers.
Mm-hmm.
Now they do OnlyFans.
Yep. Now it's OF. Because you know, it's what did the Lord say about that? Give her not liberty to gad abroad. And we go to that word gad, it was talk about going out to seek pleasure. And that's what Esau did. Esau did exactly that. Now these women, they out here feeling comfortable. And they were talking about the colleges. They were talking about because you know with the whole AI shit, a lot of those jobs are going to be taken over by AI. Like it's not like women going to school to become the fucking engineers and become the best coders. They go for they go for a little bullshit.
Okay, speaking of Israeli army says it's carried out a targeted strike against in central Gaza.
See, and so that's like a few hours ago then, right?
Yeah,
so they like 7 hours ahead of us, type shit.
Yeah, bro, it just happened right now.
Oh,
that's what. Yeah.
Oh, so they in the nighttime.
Yeah,
in the wee hours of the night. Oh, so what y'all gonna do about that? Didn't Trump say? Didn't he say they can't violate that because what's gonna happen now? They have total disregard to what the fuck you saying. Why should they regard what you're saying? Because what have you done to make them feel like, yo, man, maybe we need to fall back? Nothing. And that's really the Lord. That's the Lord doing it. The Lord is allowed Amalek to do that. And because remember they talk about the whole lobbyist thing and all that, because they say all these officials they bought and paid for by Amalek. So they can go over there and talk that bullshit, but at the end of the day, y'all ain't doing nothing. And just like y'all not doing, and they would talk about that too. They were saying that when Trump meets with the EU nations, he goes more to what they do, but then when he meets with Putin, they say Putin gets in his ear and he goes to what Putin do. So that's already the double-minded man? Double-minded man is unstable all his ways. Didn't we bring that out a couple weeks ago? The shit Trump doing, you know?
You know what's interesting? This channel, A Call for Uprising, he did a video, and when that whole shit happened with the whole peace deal, that was all really how would you call it? Not publicity, but it was more so like a damn, I can't think of the word.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, they were doing that because at the same time there was actually a party, right? A party happening where they had this shit right in Egypt. Because remember, they did the whole peace deal in Egypt.
Okay,
there was a party happening right behind the pyramids where they bring out a fucking big ass holograph of a fucking AI, like a AI robot.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude was breaking it down, was basically saying like this was all a
psyop.
Yeah, basically like it was all for show to really usher in, this whole beast system.
Optics.
Yeah, it was But I just want to bring that up.
And like I said before,
No, I'm talking about.
But before, like it's funny how like it's all. Remember, all is intertwined together with the digital ID, because that's what we have to look at that. You got to remember right now, as of right now on the Earth, it would be said that it's like almost 200,000 some people that actually have the MOTB, because in Sweden they said it's like 100, it's up to 100 or 150,000.
That's
ritual.
It was a ritual.
Oh yeah, kind of. Was it? Oh yeah, so it's like almost 200,000 people with the MOTB in their bodies, and the whole thing with Elon Musk. That's Neuralink. Elon Musk and the Neuralink, and he had the 10,000 applicants that want to get the brain see it. They talk about they got some shit where they're saying that it could possibly restore sight to the blind. So that's the miracles. The miracles they trying to do, because y'all heard about that, right?
Yep.
That shit crazy. So now we're gonna see, and that's the Lord. And it's funny. I was thinking about this during this week. The Lord is having Esau advance the technology so much to where, like, once he's advanced so much, it's gonna be like everybody gonna be such an awe about it. That's when the Lord will show His power. So you're gonna make Esau feel you on the level like pumping this shit up. Yeah. You gonna restore? Yeah, man. Niggas could walk, control the mouse pad with their mind, so on and so forth. But there's other things that Esau didn't consider. He didn't consider like the Lord's still gonna be doing His thing too. The Lord's still gonna be sending chariots over your military bases. He's still gonna have you losing more control of your grips on the earth and the people in it. Remember, the Lord said what? This kingdom that Esau had wasn't for eternity. So eventually it's gonna have an end. He said what? It's gonna be did he say borders? Or it's gonna be like something you can't pass?
I'm reading the second Ezra still.
Okay, yeah, reading that.
Verse 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days?
Right. Who will deliver me in those days? And those are the days we're in right now. Ezra's actually got a lot of insight on what's happening right now. That's why if you look at when brothers teach, second Ezra is mentioned a lot, and especially these days, especially the times we're in now, because actually what Ezra was revealed is happening right now. It was revealed to him, the Lord and the army, and the Lord, the army is fighting against the Lord. It was revealed to him that the northern tribes came over here in a land uninhabited before. It was revealed to second Esdras, like for Esau to enter the world, Jacob's the beginning of it that followed. A lot of key points in the book of Esdras, and who shall deliver me in those days, which means what? We ain't gonna be able to deliver ourselves. We're gonna need a higher, a divine intervention to take place. Go ahead.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
That's right. Beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Why don't they bring that out in the churches? Why do they make it seem like everything is going to be all good, man? Is everything all good right now? What is the pastor telling them about the snaps? Are they going to have church offerings for the people that are on food stamps? Is the pastor going to get his Benz, his Bentley? What's up with that, man? What Jesus about to do for y'all?
That's funny. I saw somebody say
everything going on now, we need more community.
Of course. Now everybody want, but what you was at the master's teeth with the food stamps. Now all of a sudden, master about to cut you off. Now it's like more. Come on, man. That community shit is bullshit anyway, because it's still made of man, and the Lord said, what's made of man shall be put asunder.
Hey, a lot of those churches, man, for years, they've been eating. As it says in Jeremiah 23, you've eaten. If you got eaten at the fat of my flock, right? Woe to you, pastors that scatter my sheep, that eat the fat of the flock. A lot of those churches constantly, every Sunday, they was getting paid. They was getting money from these, those church members. So now you might have a lot of these church members go up into these churches like, yo, like we need help, right? We don't got SNAP, we don't got weight. We need you to help us. And what are they gonna tell them? Oh yeah, we have the church. We don't have it. We don't got it. And then they're gonna see the pastor rolling, going home in a Bentley, like our brother said, wearing these nice, expensive suits and all that. They gonna turn on these pastors, man.
That's scriptural too. You led my people astray, because you had to rely on Esau and his government. You didn't tell him that was. You didn't tell him. They said, "Well, she didn't go to Egypt for help," but you are a part of Egypt, giving fake help, fake prosperity, bullshit, lying. Yeah, and still people gonna go out there and vote. Well, here it is that the Republicans and the Democrats are on the same side against you. You don't see the Democrats out here. They're not feeling the afflictions of the. I'm talking about the DNC motherfuckers. They're not feeling the afflictions of SNAP being cut off. That's for the peons, the little peasants.
Hey, well, we mentioned it last week. Trump said that the Democrats are going to feel once these Project 2025 kick in, cutting those programs. He said the Democrats are going to feel it. And he wasn't talking about Nancy Pelosi, right? He wasn't talking about even Hakeem Jeffries. They're not feeling it. He was talking about the regular individual people, aka you Israelites, man. He said y'all are going to feel it. He said, yeah, they don't feel it right now. It's just the beginning, because it's already pre-planned. This is all. It's already. They already got the script to what is happening, what they're doing. That's why Trump said, "Oh, this program, this shutdown, it gave us a great opportunity to get rid of all of these programs that we've been wanting to get rid of."
Right. They've been talking about this for years. Remember, and they've been stirring up the Edomites with that rhetoric, like, oh, the fucking these immigrants and the taking advantage of the stuff, money for our should be used for us, and you give it to these motherfuckers. So they're stirring the pot to where, like, yo, they want to cause it. They want the civil unrest. They need the civil unrest, because how else are you going to bring the order after the chaos? You got to start the chaos, because it's not like it's going to be like, yo, they can easily just turn this shit back on. But it's the Lord working on the minds of the kings to have them keep it off. Remember, at the end of the day, like we always say, the Lord is in control of all of this. So it's not nothing that the Lord missed. He didn't miss a step like, oh, no, they wasn't supposed to do that. No. Everything, like you said, everything is already pre-planned. But think about how it was pre-planned in the heavens. So now it's taking place on the earth. Remember, the Lord said, well, for all the earth is mine. All the eyes of the inhabitants of the earth is on the Lord's eyes was on all the inhabitants of the earth. The Lord said, I killeth and maketh alive. I woundeth and I healeth. So he's wounding Babylon right now. You said reading it? Okay.
It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death.
Yeah, famine. Shortage. And not just famine of food, famine of water, famine of resources. What's gonna happen? Like, yo, let's say famine of like cleaning supplies. Or let's say a famine of just anything that's needed. Remember the whole thing with the tariffs, shit coming from overseas. Timu be a little light, or like, just it's so much.
It's toilet tissue during
during
the time of 2020.
Word.
Yep.
The thing about something so simple as toilet paper that you think like, oh yeah, I can always be able to wipe my ass.
I seen a video. A lady, she went to one of the grocery stores, and she was showing how, because they had put the baby formula behind, locked them shits up. I remember when I was younger, it wasn't locked up. When I used to work at my first job, when I used to work at Stop and Shop, the baby formulas wasn't locked up, but now they are locked up, and they lock those things up because that's something that is like, if you got a baby, you need that. There is no other supplement. I mean, you have the breast milk, but women don't breastfeed no more, right? So if you don't got breast milk, then you need baby formula. So they were saying basically that when you look at the prices of baby formula, that's just like $50, $60 for one can. One can only lasts you about 3 to 4 days. So the wick, right? When you have that women, an infant and child, that actually they use that for the baby formula, and I think it's also they get like a discounted price with it as well. So they were saying, she was basically saying that when that gets cut off come November 1st, it's not like the baby's not going to, okay, there's no more supplement, so I'm not going to be hungry. Your baby's still going to be hungry.
Oh, shit.
And it's not like a child where, all right, I can feed my child, some rice and eggs, or I can feed them this. You can make ends meet. You can try to supplement food with that. That's the only option you have. And that's why the Lord said that woe unto them that are with child in that day, man.
Yep.
That give suck in that time. These are the things that with the men of the Lord through the Ruach Kodesh, Holy Spirit, we have been warning is coming down a pipeline. And when you got a crying baby, that's something you can't just rock a hungry baby to sleep.
Especially in the time of anguish.
So that's when you're gonna see the women. They're gonna, as the women say, I'm gonna get my cousins. I'm gonna get you're gonna get, because the father not there. Because that's why you on these supplement programs in the first place. So you're gonna try to find a way to try to get these things, and that's when you're going to have all out. It's going to be chaos, man. If this actually goes on, for a couple days, couple weeks, man, I'm going to go a couple months.
All right. Who knows?
What do you think people are going to do? And you're not living in a time where people got prosperity. I can give you some money. I can do this. The Lord said, what? You should have no pity upon your neighbor. I always say you can't have pity when you are also in a pitiful case. That's why they showed you, so like in the time of the Purge, the movie Purge. Everybody, you can't open the door for somebody.
Yep. You remember too, like you mentioned the woe to them good sucking those days and all that. Remember what the Lord said too, man. Eating your children.
Yep.
Eating your children. Remember, think about this, all right? The scenario is, you with the situation you're in right now, you don't want to make too much noise, but you still have a newborn baby with you. You remember, you hungry, you tired, So remember that you got to keep your up in the hand, baby. You trying to hide, to make sure your presence is not known. But you got a crying baby, a hungry baby. You have no way to feed them.
Pampers.
You have no what? You could be on your menstrual. This is all things. Remember, this all things that it's all gonna be like at one time. It's gonna be one compound upon another, compounded on each other. Prophecies, man. Woe to the women that are at ease. You was at ease because of these snaps. You thought that the snap of a finger, yeah, my food stamps. Oh, my food stamps hit. I drive people that's on that shit. Y'all want to get my food stamps. Remember the other thing too, when niggas would sell their food stamps. Remember, because because I got a lot of money in my food. You take this, and then ain't gonna be doing. You don't think Esau was watching all that shit? Remember, all that shit is a card. That's why they did that shit. And it used to be
actual stamps.
Yeah, stamps. I think about in BMF and shit in the first episode when he was he acted like he was on food stamps, but then she seen he was on food stamps. Yeah. Like now it's like that's been shameful thing to be on food stamps to go in the store. Now it's like, yo, man, shit, free money.
Hey, scripture say because you trust in oppression, right?
Oppression,
the scriptures talks about because you despise his word and trust in oppression and stayed thereon, right? You trust in the fact that, you trust in Babylon and Esau's system, man. You trusting in your enemy. But now look where that has got you. Because as we read in Isaiah 65, right, you chose not the things that delighted in the Lord, man. You despise his word. And the Lord isn't mocked. Okay, the Lord, when you read in Jeremiah, you read in Isaiah, you read the prophets foretold Israel about the calamities that was going to come upon them, right? Because of their wickedness, because of their idolatry, because of their murderous ways, right? Their deceitful ways. And you had the Israelites, wicked Israelites, hear the prophet's warning, told them, and they still kept doing the things that the Lord told them that they were going to get judged for doing. So when they came, the Lord didn't say, you know what? I know I said I was going to do it, but I'm not going to actually bring it upon you. Lord don't threaten. with empty threats, right? The Lord don't do empty threats. He gives you a warning as a compassion and mercy, but then after that comes the actual judgment. And then at the time of the judgment, there is no more compassion and mercy.
Right. Hey, and I don't know, brother, reading something, but I wanted so we talk about the snap shit. I want to look at like when did it start, actually, like the snap shit. So it says the modern snap began as a pilot program in 1961 under President John F. Kennedy, but a permanent program was established in 1964.
And it's interesting, it says pilot program,
Yeah.
because what are they doing now? They're doing a lot of pilot programming with UBI, with cryptocurrency, right? Digital ID.
So it's a test.
It's always, yep, it's pilot. Let's see if this works here. Let's see how it goes there. They're doing 15-minute city pilot programming.
That's what like when the show first comes on, they say what? When the pilot aired. You know what I'm saying? But continuing on, it says it says, but a permanent program was established in 1964. Now it's funny, all during the 60s, the Desegregation Act, but then what happened a few years later? The truth came out. So the time when Snaps was first originally out, the truth came out. So that means that's when Jake started really trusting and oppression heavy after slavery and all crazy shit. So it says the original food stamp program has roots dating back to 1939. Pilot during the Great Depression that ended in 1943. So if you go back to the 30s, the late 30s to the 40s, what happened a couple years after that? Them small ass went up into Israel. So when you really think about it, that a lot of shit started like the modern America. A lot of it was planted in the 50s and the 60s. What else happened in the 50s? The female what is it called?
Liberation.
Female liberation. What's it called? The 70s?
Yeah.
I thought it was the 50s. No, 50s is when they stopped wearing dresses. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But either way, it says 1964. So that's the late 60s. So into the 70s. And now look where we're at. 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020s, and now we here. So that wasn't that long ago. Our parents were born in that time of year. Around those years, man. So they started this in the 60s. So after all that desegregation, after Martin Luther King, after Rosa Parks, after all that bullshit, then like, we gotta give them food stamps. They aced Kennedy because it started with him. But that just go to show like, it's not been that long. So we're talking like what's that? 64 to now. That's what?
60 years.
60 some years.
61 years.
So 60 years that they've had SNAP.
It says, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. And what shall I do when these evils shall come?
So that's Edges. That's still Edges, right? Talking about who should eliminate those dates and say what? Wars and evils. What's happening now? When you threaten it, they're using food as a weapon. It's like that's what the devil do. They said they'll bring you on and be like, we're gonna do this for you, XYZ. We're gonna do it, and they keep you dependent on them. And then they can just snatch it from you. And now you have no option now, because now you've been so reliant and so careless, and you relied on Esau so much that Esau knows that you have only him. You're not relying on your power. You're not relying on the Lord. Did you see the prophets of YAHAWASHI all bent out of shape because they about to cut snap? No, it's the people that you relied on this shit. And that Lord said, I'm gonna have this devil taken from you now. Because now it's done. Because he's done. That's what people don't get. He's done. He's running what all these things are doing. He's scared. Because he knows that he got a short time. So now what? Misery loves company. We're gonna take this shit from these niggas.
Was it? Yeah, there was a TikTok or whatever, big dude, he came on, he was talking, he was saying, you women about to lose y'all SNAP benefits and everything. He said that, he mentioned that Trump is giving back our women back. Because now they've done away with them. Like, they just like, all right, whatever. We done used you what we needed to use you for, so go back to your fucking man and whatever you decide to do. You know what I mean?
Double fuck.
Hey, but it's funny, because you're in a time now where men don't really want to be dealing with women like that. And not in the sense of like, sexually, because men are always going to want that, but like actually taking care of a woman, actually want to be providing for her and being, her leader. Because look at what you were giving back. You're not giving back a humble and a pure and shamefaced woman. You're giving back a dragon. It's an untamed beast. Like, how you like stole my puppy? You stole my puppy from me, you turn into a fucking Rottweiler that hates me, and then out of there, you gotta take care of you. I don't want that shit back now.
Nigga, you ain't seen a dog in how long?
Yeah.
That nigga became a vicious psychopath dog. He come back to you like,
that's family.
Miss Peaches, now come and get this Rottweiler.
That's what you become. Like, you ain't that, man.
And they're not, and they're being humble, but they're not being humbled the right way. It's like they're being humble, and they're gonna come to you and act like they're still entitled. Next motherfucker. Nah, you had your chance, and you gonna go to a brother that was trying to deal with you in the right way. Then what happened? You shit on him, and he got himself another nation or another tribe. Right. That's what they say. A lot of Judite men are doing. Like talk about the so-called black women in particular, because a lot of the northern tribes they be on it, but they be a little more humble than
not the ones in Babylon.
Yeah, not the ones in Babylon. but I'm saying, like maybe the fives. But these American, like these. Remember, if it started in 64, so that means 74, 84, that's us. So if our parents, I don't know, brothers, their parents is on that shit, but like hypothetically speaking, if you're talking about just a few generations and now Esau cut it off, what if he don't cut that shit back on till next November? What if they be like, yo, a year? Where it's going, it's going to be a year shut down. That could happen. Not saying it is, but you got to understand that could happen. You got people talk about, I know the chick I know, she was like, I had to stretch my shit out. But I don't really rely. She said she don't really rely on the food, said she just gets it because she was able and eligible to get it. But you still with a comfortability to where I would keep my other money because I got this. But now you ain't got this no more. So now you gotta use that a little more. And Esau knows that. Esau tracks all what we do and what we pay for. So they're like, yo, we need to cut this shit. And I believe what Trump said, we need to cut all the Democratic programs.
And that's the evils, bad times, man.
Yeah.
That's what it said, the beginning of evils. So as we're reading, these are evils compounded on top of other evils. Mm-hmm. This is what you think about from this point last year, right? You had different problems than you had now, but the problems you have now are worse than the ones you had last year.
I don't remember what happened last year.
I mean, that's when you last year you had the war shit, right? There were a lot of protest things was going on.
Yeah, right. Yep.
You had economic inflation, right? You had the inflation was a thing back then. Egg prices. So now people are thinking about the egg prices. Now you think about, yo, shit, I ain't gonna have money to buy eggs. Right. Eggs prices went down, but now you're not gonna have money to buy eggs.
Hey, these devils can get so wretched with it. They bring it on this pain. They can start locking up all food. Imagine that, where the perishable goods, because they could put because the eggs are kind of like in a frozen, so they can lock all that shit up. And they said you need it, you're gonna have a digital ID. Because remember that's really what it's about. It's a if they have until we're going to Jake and people got to rely on them, they're gonna have to where that if you rely on us, we could just bring in any new system. So when they bring in the digital IDs, when they bring in the MOTB, they say, you don't need this. Because remember, he said he caused it all. He's bringing the cause right now. Taking away all the remedy, taking away all the perks that he was given. So if you want to keep this, yo, get this digital ID. Oh, you want to keep this? You got to get a my ID or whatever, a real ID, whatever the fuck that shit called. All this shit is and people not even peeping the science, what's going on. Not even people, this devil is he's restructuring the whole system. To where now you're out the way because you're nothing but a peasant. You'll do anything we'll say. So now you gotta get a digital ID. You want to keep your snaps, you want to keep your food stamps, you want to keep your Section 8, you want to keep your Medicare, you want to keep your Social Security, you're gonna have to get this digital ID. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We got the whole system in play. And that's what they're doing right now. They're doing it in the UK, they're doing it in China, probably doing it in Russia. I know they're doing it in other parts of Asia, the digital ID shit. So we here with it. And it's only going to continue and it's going to hemorrhaging is going to continue and continue. It's not going to stop and be like, you know what? We're going to go back to how it was in 1997. Nah, it's a certain time it's a season of now what? Evils and sorrows.
It says, and what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments, right? And amendment is what? Correction. The Lord sends these things for you to look at it and say, damn, I'm in this situation. I need, as Ezra said, I need deliverance out of this. Your mindset, right? If you had wisdom, that you was wise to know your latter end. If you had wisdom, if you had consideration, you would say, I need to get right, right? I need to get right with the higher power. But instead, what are these people saying? They're going on TikTok saying, I'm gonna go steal it. So you adding sin onto sin. You adding more trouble onto you because you take counsel, but not of the Most High. You're saying, you know what, the power is in my hand, so I'm gonna have to go to do what I gotta do. And then your dumb ass actually puts your face in. You know they got IP addresses that they can actually find you based off of your phone. So you take a video, yo, Trump, you think it's going? I'm gonna stop when I snap. I'm gonna be up in there, try to stop me. I'm 250 pounds plus thick. I'm gonna get my helmet and my shirt. I'm gonna run. And who want? Yo, what? You think a bullet can't stop your ass?
That's easy. Stop you real quick in your tracks.
Yeah, that's how you know the scripture says my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You're foolish, man. You're wise to do evil, but to do good, you have no knowledge.
Speaking of which, real quick, there was a video. She looked like she could be like a little Issachar or Northern tribe. They said it was in a Walmart parking lot, and the ICE agent approached her and said, "Are you from here?" That's the times we're in.
Mm-hmm.
You had a time. I don't know if I sent it to brothers, but it was a Jake chick. Now she had the blickety on her, but there was a Edomite came up to her and was like, "Yo," basically asking her for, you know what I mean, that thing, and he was like, "Yo, what if I take it from you?" He said that to her in his car, and she showed it like, "Yeah," she said, "Yo, die." And I guess she revealed, she showed she was carrying. He was like, "Oh, you got one of those," and he peeled off. But but the fact that he thought to do that and say that, what did the Lord say? Woe to the women that are at ease. A lot of women are on Section 8. A lot of young people are on Section 8 that really don't need it. But what they did, they played the system to where like, I'm just gonna work a certain amount of time. I'm gonna start having all these kids. You know, that was the thing too. The more kids you have, the more assistance you can get. Mm-hmm. But the Lord will have Esau cut all that shit, man. Now you got to deal with all these children you got. Now you got to feed all the mouths.
Hey, with our women, they probably won't feed them. They probably leave them somewhere. You just had that one woman in New York. There was a baby found in the subway. It said that she left it at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And they found out who it was. She had it looked like she had an African name, so she could have been West African or Hamite, couldn't really tell. But they found her. She was 30 years old. She just dropped the newborn elephant and dipped.
Brandon's got a baby. That's gonna go. Before you finish, Edgar, can you read that quick precept real quick? Because you made a statement about the when they said they're gonna steal instead of taking counsel of the Lord. Mm-hmm. But there's gonna be a protection because the Lord remember Edgar is talking about who shall deliver him in those days. So Edgar's a man of the Lord. He's hearkening unto the Lord. So can you read that real quick?
Proverbs 1:33. But whoso hearkeneth unto me
read that a little louder, bro.
Proverbs 1:33. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil.
Now, a lot of our people are not hearkening to the Lord because why? They're not hearkening to the prophets. They're not hearkening to the ones that he sent. But the ones that do hearken, they're going to be good. The snap cutoff is not going to affect them. Now, granted, we're going to be into some sticky situations, but as far as like the mentality, because remember the Lord said, what? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Which means the times that you're in, it could be a little it could be a little of a sticky situation. Brothers could lose their jobs, or brothers could be in an area to where like there's a shortage of something. But the Lord will always provide. That's why the Lord said, who is to hearken to me shall not be in the fear of harm. You're not going to be in harm's way. You know?
Precept to back that up. Jeremiah 6, verse 6, start at 14. I'm sorry, 14. It says, they have healed also the hurt of my daughter, of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace.
Yeah.
Where they were they ashamed when they had committed abominations? Nay, they were not all ashamed. I'm gonna read an NLT.
And I'm gonna say, because about that, because our people, they're not being humbled by what's happening to them. They're not saying, yo, maybe now we should turn back to the Lord. They're saying, no, what are we gonna pay? How are we gonna get a Thanksgiving dinner?
I'm gonna steal it.
They're gonna steal. You gonna steal the whole? You gonna steal the noodles? You gonna steal the turkey? Hey, who gonna carry the turkey? The turkey is a good what? 50 50-some pounds. Like you won't care. You gonna have a baby carrying it?
Yeah, and you, don't forget, you're look at what Trump is doing, right? Look at what the cruel Lord is doing. You think this is a time where you're going to just announce I'm about to go up into some grocery stores and steal some food, and this is going to be all right?
Social media.
Like he already coming down on Jake already, man. He already grabbing up Jake. Citizens are not citizens.
We're criminals,
Low life, thugs, low IQ.
Yep.
He talking about you Israelites. I fully back the military for them to have to do what they do to police. If they spit, we hit. They get, you know, there's some really bad people, but we're badder.
Yeah,
that's how he's talking. So you're not dealing. And remember, he got the DOJ, Department of Justice, or the Pam Bundy. He got all the people in the cabinet is all Edomites. So you don't got nobody in his ear that's trying to advocate for you Jakes, man. Even though they never did anyway, but at least you had the visual, the appearance of it. Everybody that's in that cabinet, they all with the shits on what Trump is doing, man.
Yep.
Which really goes to Amalek, because he's the one that's pulling the strings.
Yep. Matter of fact, what the one guy say? He said, I think we talking about when the Chi-Town niggas was talking about with the ICE shit. He was like, let them try or some shit. It's some popping shit like that.
They said FAFO. FAFO. That's what the Department of Homeland Security said on the website, man.
He's on a Twitter or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that.
I don't know if y'all brought it up, but the shit that they did a raid in New York, Canal Street.
Oh yeah,
those Hamites.
Okay, yeah, that's that.
Fake Gucci bags and all that shit.
Yeah.
Somebody actually snitched. The Northern Project. She actually, she said, "Oh, they being nasty. They telling me not to film and shit like that." So she said, "Well, fuck that. I'm going to call ICE with them." And that's when they just swarmed in and just started grabbing motherfuckers up.
Yeah, that's Chinatown, right?
Chinatown.
Yeah. Did they grab any Moabites?
Yeah, they did. They grabbed a couple of them.
Oh,
there wasn't a whole lot of them, but they grabbed a couple of them.
Yeah, Ham took over that shit. Yeah. It's a lot of Ham selling shit now.
Yeah.
That's what they made me think of that scripture, the love of many shall wax cold.
Oh, yeah.
He was just fucking just ratting people out and snitching like, yo, them niggas over there, they shit ain't right. You need to check their shit. You know what I mean? And they're like, yo, I'm just trying to make some money, man. I'm not here doing nothing wrong.
Right. That's a good point, because they're coming to they're getting into a police state of mind. The whole martial, this is the start of it. You see how it just keeps going on. So now there's just soldiers everywhere. So now there could be soldiers around where we're at. This it's not going to stop here. It's going to continue to get worse and worse until it's going to be this the new show. It's curfews, it's this, that, and the third, and that's the way it is. None of this, you be out here all freely, out here partying and bullshitting, man. The Lord, remember the Lord said he's turning this place, he's shutting this place out. And he's having Esau do it to his own country. That's the thing, that this is going to hurt Esau. Esau don't even understand that it's hurting him. They said a lot of shit that Trump doing hurt Edomites, starting with the farmers.
Even the snap shit.
And the snap shit,
on that shit.
There you go. A lot of Edomites on it. So it's what they call it, their collateral damage. Remember, these Trumps and the higher up Edomites, they don't care about you low level Edomites. Right. Your collateral damage. Hey, if you're down there with them, you wasn't part of the show anyway. We want to talk about how they're gonna get Amalek in the kingdom. Like you didn't share. You had an unfair portion. I was in a trailer park. That's happening. Good.
It says, I'm gonna read this in NLT. It says, "Are they ashamed of their disgusting actions? Not at all. They don't even know how to blush.
They're not ashamed of their shameful actions. And it proves in the pudding. Look at their speech still. They're talking about, basically they're begging Esau to turn the shit back on. But are they turning back to their true power? Because Esau's not your power. You power his shit. But no, it said what? They ain't going back to the Lord. Go ahead.
It says, therefore they shall it says, therefore they shall lie among the slaughtered, they shall be brought down when I punish them, saith the Lord.
And that Lord is punishing us right now. Well, the 2/3, but we've been punished being here. But now at this end, the ones that don't hearken unto the Lord, now they're starting to see them trouble. They're seeing those sorrows. They're feeling those evils. Because the Lord, like, you ain't turning to me, so I can just keep doing it. I mean, ain't no other God you can run to. So, like, yeah, I can just fuck you up.
And on top of that, you angering the Lord even more because you're being the Lord is right. He brought the scourges. He brought the plagues for scourges, so you can be humbled. Right? The scripture speaks about the Lord is nigh to the humble. You're getting prouder as you're becoming as the evils are overtaking you. How does that work? You're becoming more of disobedient, more arrogant in the ways that of these scourges that's supposed to amend you. So that's why the Lord is going to bring more evils. You have one angel, you hit him with that. Oh, Lord, angel come back. Yo, they actually say they about to go steal stuff now. Oh, word? Yo, bring him and hit him with this. Yo, they actually said that they gonna still celebrate Thanksgiving and all these. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be just harder and harder and harder evils.
Where they talking, and then they gonna talk about, yeah, I keep hearing that they came praying to Jesus and they praying to Allah. Yeah, they just all these other, they got these other gods names in their mouth too. Oh man, bring that.
They mocking your prophets. They mocking your servants.
Oh, they said this, that, and the third. And the Lord, remember, Yahweh hears all that already, but just the fact. Remember, it goes to the angels, to the heaven angels, to YAHAWASHI, then to the Heavenly Father. And then the Father and YAHAWASHI, or YAHAWASHI on the right hand, like, he's hearing it all. just hearing all the spiritual emails. Just keep going back. It's just like going, it's like a assembly line, just Israel's wickedness, Israel's wickedness, Israel's wickedness.
Remember, it said that the angels means messengers. So think about the message that the Lord is getting in the heavens, man.
Word.
And then you got the righteous ones that are crying and sighing about the abominations.
Right.
So on top of the wickedness that he's hearing, because when you go into Genesis, I want to go back there where he said, can you get that, brother? Genesis, what was that? I think it's 19. Start at
yeah. Why the brother look for it? So yeah, man. So like, even what we're doing right now, we're speaking and it's going to the Lord, and Lord, it's a acceptable service to the Lord, man. A savory smell and sound.
Yeah.
It's Genesis 18, verse 20. And the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which has come unto me, and if not, I will know.
See, so I'm gonna read that NLT. It says, so the Lord told Abraham, right, which Abraham was a friend of the Lord because Abraham displayed faith, right? And we come in that same stead, right? Our righteousness is considered, our righteousness is considered because of our faith, man, in the Lord. So it says, I have heard the great outcry from Sodom and Gomorrah because their sin is so flagrant. I am going down to see if their actions are as wicked as I have heard. If not, I want to know. Now, how is the Lord hearing this in the heavens? It's the angels. How are the angels reporting it? You got the angels in the celestial in the terrestrial bodies, which is us, and then you also got the angels that are around. Remember, the scripture says that the angels encamped around about them that fear the Lord. So those messages are going up, and then also with the cry, right? Because remember, you had a Lot that was righteous, and he was crying unto the Lord. Remember, YAHAWASHI said that their angels, right, always do behold the face of the Lord. Speaking about the Lord's elect. So you hearing the cry and sighing of your elect that are down here, and that's going back to the Lord, just like in Sodom and Gomorrah. This is spiritual Sodom. The Lord, like, yo, I'm hearing a lot of complaints about this place, man. I'm hearing a lot of complaining. That was only just one righteous man in Sodom. Now, think about it right now. All of the righteous cries in the name of YAHAWASHI. So that's the blood. That blood is pure. So that's going directly into the Holy of Holies, where the Heavenly Father is in the heavens, man.
Remember too, where the Lord said, "What the eyes of the Lord upon the sinful kingdom." Talk about the angels. So like the Lord sees and hears all of this. Remember, the Lord said, "This work shall not go in vain." Not at all. And what the Lord's doing right now, it's clearly proven that his word will not come into void, and these are not vain, what we're doing. Because if nothing was happening, you could say that, but you can't say nothing's happening. The Lord said now, at this point, one of the apostles said that at this point now, it's so bad to where like now everybody's taking notice. And it really got crazy with this snapshot, but it's been happening. It's everybody, you have to take notice of this. We don't seem so crazy anymore, do we?
Yep. So I go back to Jeremiah 6:16. It says, this is what the Lord says. stop at the crossroads and look around. Ask for the old godly way and walk in it. Travel its path and you will find rest for your souls. But you replied, no, that's not the road we want.
Damn. That's a different version.
Yeah.
So basically, can you read that last part again?
Yeah. It says, Salaki, this is what the Lord says. Stop at the crossroads and look around. Ask for the old godly way and walk in it.
What would be the old godly way? What the Lord gave to Moses to give to Israel? His law, his statutes, his commandments. That is the righteous way to live. Remember, that Lord said that's the duty of man, the whole duty of man. Now, we can't follow the law 100% in its time. But the Lord said, well, hearken unto it at least. Seek it at least.
Hey, that's why the Lord gave YAHAWASHI.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? There's a whole term, A for effort. And the A is YAHAWASHI. Because YAHAWASHI was that sacrifice for remission of sins. But he ain't gonna be, that blood was not covered for the ones that's just willfully sinning and saying, fuck it. Remember, the Lord said, well, he should not go, you put the Lord to an open shame. So he's not gonna go on the cross again. So the ones that's going to be saved by his blood are going to be the ones in this current time that's trying their best to do pleasing things unto the Lord, man. Not going to be the ones that just saying, like, just shaking their brush, shrugging their shoulders at it, man. The ones that fear the Lord, that fear is still in, that fear of the Lord and that trust in the Lord is still on the earth. It's a small sanctuary, but it's still there. And we hope to be part of that sanctuary, man. Because it's getting to the nitty gritty, man. It's getting to the nitty gritty. It's getting there. Things are heating up and it's getting real tense very fast every day. What?
It says, but you replied, no, that's not the road we want.
So you ignored the Lord. You said, no, we don't want that. That way is not cool. What it said, those that loathe my law? You loathe the law. It means you despised it. You said no. You rejected Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi. Just think about that when Yahawashi comes back. The godly, majestic form he's going to come in, it's going to be like, yo, you rejected that. And that's what the Lord said, what? Then I should reject thee. I shall laugh at thee in that calamity. And that's what's happening right now. Your calamities are falling upon you. My stamps, French toast, can't get done. Like, no, you're done. What?
Right. Yeah. Nobody feels pity for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, nobody feels bad for what you are going through because you don't show any humility in it. Reading on 17 says, I posted watchmen over you who said, listen for the sound of the alarm.
And that's what we're doing. We're sounding an alarm. We're giving a warning. And not just on the street, on the internet. 24/7 basically. It's like 7-Eleven with prophecies or the prophets speaking prophecy. 7-Eleven. Open all night, all day. You can go on the internet and find a video or find some content, if you will, regarding the prophecy. And the prophet's breaking it down and laying it out, that warning to like, yo, these are the things that won't happen. And go back years. But no, they said, no, we good. No, thank you.
They said, listen for the sound of the alarm, but you replied, no, we won't pay attention.
Damn. You said we won't pay attention. So that means you're hearing it and you're ignoring it. So who's going to be the one that's going to get fucked at the end, though? Because if you got the watchman, you got the prophet, you got the man at the watchtower giving a warning that the danger is coming, but y'all say, we're going to continue to party. We're going to party. Yo, we hear him, but, it might not be that bad. Fuck it. But then you want somebody to cry up here, yo, what about you do these snapshots? We're all sharp tonight. Where the niggas where? Yo, what's up to stamps, yo? I don't know me to Thanksgiving. Christmas. Come on. Halloween. I can't even get the candy.
Says, therefore, listen to this, all you nations.
Mm-hmm.
Take note of my people's situation.
Ooh. So now let's get to y'all, the niggas. Don't think shit's sweet for y'all. The Lord said, I'm gonna get my people first, but yo, don't think that you ain't gonna get this work. Because Deuteronomy 30:7 must take place as well.
Listen, all the earth, I will bring disaster on my people. It is the fruit of their own schemes. Because they refuse to listen to me, they have rejected my word.
So now he's talking to the nation that didn't even get the word. He didn't even choose them. And He's saying, look at the ones I love, what I'm doing to them. Look at it. Just look at it. Look at these dudes. They can't eat. And then the nations do see it. They see the oppression of Jake in the United States and throughout the earth. They see it. But they what it said was in Jeremiah 30 where it says what but none cared, nobody cared. I believe the 30th chapter.
Jeremiah 15 verse 5. Who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Well, so who gonna give a fuck about you Israelites, man? If the Lord said, yo, if I rejected you because you rejected me, why would these nations pity you? How would they pity you? Who's gonna put it in their mind to? That's what people don't understand. That who's gonna put it in the other nation's mind to pity you? You're being smitten by them. The Lord is using them to give you these troubles, give you these evils. He's using Esau to be a whipping stick to you Israelites. How then will he care and pity you when he's the one that's bringing the evils, what the Lord's using to bring these evils to you? He's using the other nations. They got a hand in it too. Not as big as Esau, but they got a hand in it too. They in your neighborhoods selling you a little crackhead chicken with a crackhead chicken. Your nails, bitch. Go to Moab, get your nails done. You're petty.
Where's the worldwide outcry for what's happening to Jake over here, man? You had the whole shit with the free pal. That was worldwide, man.
Right, sending hunger with the aid trucks,
the ships.
Where's the other motherfucker talk about how you going to take their food stamps? Where's the assistance? We need to send something to the American Negroes in the United, or not the American, but the minorities in the United States. That's never happened, not once, and it's not going to happen.
It says, NLT, you have abandoned me and turned your back on me, says the Lord. Therefore will I raise my fist to destroy you.
Yeah.
I am tired of always giving you another chance.
Oh, damn. That's cuts to the core.
I said Jeremiah 15.
And what you read that again?
Yeah, I'm gonna start at 5 again. It says, who will feel sorry for you, Jerusalem?
Who will feel sorry for you? And Jerusalem is a people. Who will feel sorry for you? Who's gonna pity you? What?
Who will weep for you? Who will even bother to ask, how are you?
So who gonna lift a cry for you? Who gonna even bother to ask, like, yo, y'all good over there? Y'all good over there? The minorities, you niggas? You Spanish people, you good? Y'all good? Y'all Latinos? You don't hear Japan. You don't hear America's allies. You don't hear Japanese talking about, yo, we need to do something for them. You don't hear the fucking South Koreans talking about, we need to do something for them. You don't hear the fucking Ukraine. Well, they ain't got the room to do it. But what's another ally?
Amalek.
You don't hear Alps. You don't hear Amalek. Here they've been in fucking New York. There was a thing. I think I sent it to you. There was one of the mayor candidates. Basically, like he was like, I guess he's getting chummy with the Orthodox folks community. Motherfucker had the big ass. He had the one.
Cuomo?
Nah, not Cuomo. It was one of the other guys, yo. I forget the dude's name, but
it's only right now. It's only Cuomo and Madami running.
So it was that guy. It was that guy, Madami. It started with an M. So he was in there. He was with the what's the shit called? I
don't even know.
You know the shit that like the
one that's like
like
the British nigga.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he was Brother put in the chat with
that's what they trying to be like fro.
Yeah. So it was one of those guys talking to the mayor candidate, and basically saying that he's that community, like, basically getting like cool with them. And they're gonna show who called the shots. What the fuck you gotta get cool with them for? Because they run the show. They run the show, man. The lobbyists and all, they said that all of the US somebody for the US, they're all Amalekites. All of them, every single one. Got the little blue and white flag with the Star of David up in there. They all come, the lobbyists, all of them. So those are all the ones be in these politicians' ears and talking about this. What you gonna do now? This you're gonna do this.
Because they got the money.
They got the money.
Give me control of the nation's money. I care now who makes the laws.
That's right.
Because he's gonna buy them off.
He's gonna buy them off. What does it talk about? The scripture talk about to get it through bribery. There was a law like thou shalt not take judgment, the bribes and judgment. Yeah, that's the one, and that's what they do. That's why them niggas don't get in trouble for none of the crimes they do. There was nothing, there ain't nothing come out of that tunnel shit. They were talking about the one nigga, he got in trouble for some PO shit, and he was able to go back to Israel.
Well, you got the 48ers going against the ceasefire, and nothing's happening.
Word. Right. No kind of admonishment, no kind of stopping of aid. Yo, somebody even said in the comments, I was looking at Al Jazeera post, they was like, yo, why don't you just stop helping them? Y'all can easily do it. They was easier said than done. No, it's actually not. You could literally stop sending them shit. But then you're gonna get a call. You're gonna get a call and be like, yo, well, you're not sending no, you're not good. What's up with
that? That's why they said that Kennedy got taken out. Because he basically wanted to stop sending them aid. And they was like, oh yeah, we gotta take him out.
You going against the grain too much. He's hey man, hey. And around when Kennedy get killed?
67.
And who was the one that started the snap shit that said through Kennedy? So they killed this nigga, but they kept it going. But you know, in short time, it's over.
They don't want their secrets to be revealed also.
Oh yeah.
Because we know they allegedly got something to do with 2001.
Yeah, they were talking about there was a bunch of them dancing, celebrating about that shit. That's what we talked about.
They were off that day.
Yeah, it is.
Why did you do today?
What's the one guy's name? I don't know if it was the owner of the building. He old motherfucker now. They was like, yo, he never missed a day, but that day he didn't come in. He got sick. Forget the nigga's name, man. I want to say it was the owner of the building.
Was it like 2 months before it took out like the biggest insurance policy?
Yeah, him. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It was like, yo, he never missed a day, basically.
Even with the Titanic. They said that they were supposed to, they did that whole shit, and they all were supposed to be on there. And at the last minute, the JP Morgans, all them niggas that was at the Jekyll Island, they didn't go on there. And then all of a sudden, they hit a fucking they hit a rock in the middle of the ocean. Mind you, you see that shit. There's enough time for you to maneuver out of the way. And that shit couldn't even did that. They said that they planted just like what they did in the building. When you see how that shit could collapse, there was something that was inside the building that made that shit collapse that way.
Right, in a demolition. Like
yep. Yeah. That's what they said. What happened with the Titanic? That was an explosion from the inside.
So all the animal cuts that supposed to be on there didn't go on the Titanic.
Yep. Because it was basically because of oil. So they wanted to get control of the oil market. So the people that was on it, they all went on that shit, and then they dipped, and then they took over and small couple families just took over the whole oil market.
The oil people was on the boat. I remember hearing that. I remember hearing, damn. Ironically, the irony, like, come on.
Because they were trying to get them to get down with what they were trying to do, and they didn't want to get down with it.
Right. And those were influential people.
Yep.
That's the thing. If you have a thing of influence, you're like, they're like, yo, motherfuckers be like, get people like kind of side with them and shit. They like, oh nah, that's the ops. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
And all of this shit is you follow the breadcrumbs of Trump. This ain't no, y'all just making this. This is what has happened. This is history. But here it is, people like, oh, no. But you see what they did is they played the victim card so much that it's like now when you actually say what these niggas are doing, oh, that's just anti-S. That's just some no, it ain't, nigga. Look at what the fuck you been like. Now it's in broad daylight in front of your face what they've been doing over there in Gaza, but still you trying to play that off.
That shit being recorded. That shit's being recorded.
Like, yo, you dropped 60,000 of them. You know it ain't that many. How is it so hard? You killed 60,000, but somehow Hamas is still there.
Like, yeah, is it a conspiracy theory that the oil niggas wasn't on the Titanic? Those have to be documented. You know, when you go on a boat like that, this documented who's on there.
Yep.
Was it not a documented fact that we forget to do his name, but did he not take out an insurance policy on that building? That's a conspiracy theory too. Isn't that a conspiracy theory that we came over here in slave ships? Talk about that. You still ain't pay for that, and you still going about with your bullshit.
Real quick, because a lot of people say they can't find a lot of the names of the boats of the slave ships that came here, and they say one of the reasons is because they owned a lot of them, so they try to wipe away that history.
Makes sense. Right. They're trying to we talk about the shameful spewing. They're trying to cover their tracks,
and they're still doing it right now with the whole critical race theory. changing the educational books and the museums and all that.
Didn't Trump Trump recently said something about that? We don't need to teach that, basically.
Yeah.
So why is that? Why don't you need to teach it? But yet we need to continue to hear about the cost. We need to continue to hear about you motherfuckers crying all day. Here it is, you run the shit, but you still crying. That's how you know you're a piece of shit. Here
That's what a vagabond would do.
Word. you just
a fugitive.
You're a crier. You just be crying, and nobody doing shit to you. Here it is. You at the top. Here it is, right? You run sports, film industry, auto industry. You got the lawyers, got property owners. Yeah, all of that shit. Yeah, all of that shit. But yet you still have the gall. You have the kahunas to act like everybody's fucking with you. Everybody's fucking with you. Nobody fucking with you. And right now your skirt is being lifted up more and more to it. Soon enough, you're not gonna be able to even lie your way out of it. You could buy YouTube, you could buy a Google, that shit don't matter. You've already been exposed.
What? I was gonna say I'm pretty sure y'all seen with the shit with the gambling, Chauncey Billups and all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
These niggas is millionaires already, and then now you have a gambling scheme shit, whatever, and you're ripping on people. They said they had an X-ray shit where you can see under the cards that are folded down. So it's like that's Jake trying to get over on Esau, like you trying to cut out the middleman. You know what I mean? And you learn because they learned that wickedness from Esau. So now they trying to, they said they stole about $100 million from these rich Edomites that was doing it.
Well, they was also saying too that the Edomites that was there, they were being investigated by the feds and shit.
They making Jake, they trying to make Jake.
They're making Jake the face of it.
Yeah.
Right, and then they said that it was the Cosa Nostra mafia gang that was part of it too. Yeah. But they never revealed them and showed their faces too. So
no, they did. They showed them, but but it's still like Chauncey Billups is the only name you know.
Right. And Terry Rozier, and then the other guy that played with LeBron James, Damian Jones Jr. Right. Then and it also tied in with LeBron too, because somehow LeBron was involved in that shit too. But I guess he's not trying. I guess he working with the feds. He working with them. Like, listen, anything you want to know, I'll let you know. I ain't going down with these niggas. You know
my coworker that dropped me off earlier, he was he basically said, we talking about the shit because he fucks with the FanDuel and shit. And I was just talking like, I've noticed that there's been a lot of like controversial things with sports ever since they legalized sports betting and shit. But anyway, he basically told he's like, yo man, Uncle Sam wasn't getting his cut.
Right.
Because that's illegal gambling. You know how that is with the illegal gambling and shit. They want their cut. So they wasn't getting their cut. So they feds in there, the nigga go to Chauncey Billups' house. Oh, you in Chauncey Billups' house? We investigating this nigga and he going up in your crib and blah blah blah. That's all that happened. But at the end of the day, it's Esau ruling with a continual stroke. And that even his own Edomite, I don't know if those are Jakes, because it could be some sons or whatever. But at the end of the day, they're cleaning the house. They're like, yo, whoever's doing anything to it, we're not seeing our cut, we gotta fuck with them, man. Bottom line.
And also, they don't really care about so much the wickedness that you're doing because they're wicked. They like, listen, all right, if you want to do some wickedness, cut us in. Just cut us a check, you know what I mean? Oh, you're gonna keep it for yourself? All right, we're gonna run down on you. Then we're gonna put the you know what I mean? Now we're gonna be accused of thy brother now. No, nigga, you was robbing, stealing, and shit, doing all this with us. So now we're gonna persecute you.
It was letting you live,
right?
Like my man told Frank Lukes in American Gangster, he's like, yo, I ain't getting my cut. Oh, you ain't getting compensated, officer? You know what I'm saying? But it's I go to show it's shameful spewing. It's all being exposed. It's crooked. But what?
So I did. I'm gonna actually get what you just said. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
What's that word? Niggas being trapping niggas. Like they know niggas be doing like the. I'm pretty sure whatever was going on in Chauncey Billups' house, I'm pretty sure they were aware of it or whatever. Because these niggas be having.
It wasn't even at his house. It was at a building. That is actually the same. I think somehow Kylie Jenner.
Oh, okay, I heard about that. Yeah,
like, it's a building or something. So
it's a spot.
It's a spot. Yeah, it's it's an actual apartment building but it's like an apartment building used by like celebrities and shit.
I get
don't
it.
really
Yeah,
know.
I know.
But it's like
yeah.
that right there in itself goes to show you, to let you know, like, this shit wasn't something that you just found out about. This is something that they knew, like, yo, this is a spot that we do this X, Y, and Z, and they were, like I said, they were tricking people, other niggas that wasn't aware about what was going on,
Right.
and getting their money. But the thing is, Esau, going to this scripture, that Esau, Amalek specifically, but they're the ones, as we said, like even with P. Diddy, with the freak offs, they're involved in this shit, man. They get Jake to get in this, like, yeah, we got this good scheme. This is what we doing. You know, hey, we be racking up money. You want to get involved with blah 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 blah. But the time comes where Esau, he's going to throw you out to the wolves.
On the bus.
And a lot of times this be used for what? Distractions. All of these different scandals, these scandals are Esau puts out to as a distraction, man. Because the whole P. Diddy thing, that shit done away. Nobody talking about that shit no more. So you're like, we need another distraction.
Oh, gambling.
And all of you celebrities, all of you the rich people of this world, Esau, I mean Jake of Babylon, a lot of you drunk of Esau's wine, man. He gave you the cup, yo, drink this.
Yep.
Yo, you gonna get paid, you gonna get rich, you gonna get famous.
And that's actually why they're really getting paid so much money, is for the distraction aspect instead of because what they're doing, as far as we don't need that music, we don't need the sports. They use it for distractions, but it's really the scandalous shit. That's really what they really getting paid for. Like, yeah, they're telling you you're gonna be in the scandal. Just like if you watch the movie The Departed, when you go undercover, they tell you like you're gonna be convicted of a crime. You're gonna. They make a profile for you, and that's the same thing these Amalekites do with these celebrities, these athletes. You're gonna be a certain kind of persona. You know, no matter what you really are like that, but it's all a matter of what you're perceived to be, and you're gonna do it like that. And if you go against the grain, Diddy, trial, boom, 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 scandal. Because I don't remember ever hearing Chauncey Billups ever wrapped up into no wild shit. But yeah, today's your day, nigga.
Yeah, he's actually his NBA career. He's like kind of known as like a very upstanding.
Right.
And he became a coach. So it's like,
he's a coach now, right?
Yeah. And so it's like, yo, you ain't need the money. So why are you actually really doing this?
So what you got? You got wrapped up with some bad people?
They probably told him like, yo, we gonna need you to do this.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't even really his idea.
Scheme.
Yeah, his scheme.
Yeah.
They were just like, yo, in your contract that we gonna give you, this is what we gonna need you to do. We gonna need to filter money laundering. You're gonna be the face of this money laundering thing for us.
Make a little something for yourself, tax free. There you go, that tax free. You know, Uncle Sam taxing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where he lives. Where you coach at?
Or Trump. Yeah, Trump.
Okay, so yeah, damn. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, nigga, yeah, you ain't gonna get that shit off.
Verse 16. Thou art filled for shame for glory. Drink also, thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
So that's the tables turning. Hey, Lamentation, the 4th chapter. You've done all your wickedness. You try to keep yourself in secret, and you threw other people under the bus. That's what you even watch his movies. Strictly Business. You stealing some shit. You make it seem like you use the brains behind the shit when it's good or when it's not shameful, but you out here doing all this cutthroat shit behind the scenes. And now the Lord is bringing the shit behind the scenes onto the screen. And that's why you're coming hard with your continual strokes and your cruel wrath, because now you're also being exposed in the meantime, which is why you're moving like this. Because when you wasn't getting exposed, you was just doing your bullshit. But now the Lord sent his prophets out here, the Lord got his name out here, and now you're moving scared. Now you're moving funny. Now you're moving sloppy. Now you're moving messy. So when that it's like, fuck it. You're like, fuck it now. What I got to lose? You lost. You about to lose your kingdom. It actually is already lost. You just don't know it. You just don't feel it yet.
Yep, and that's why it says that woe unto the world, right? And them that dwell therein, for the devil shall come down upon you with great wrath, because he knows he has but a short time. How does he knows he has a short time? Because now there's a scripture speaks about there should be an inquisition against the counsel of the ungodly. That wasn't being done by the LeBron James of the world and the celebrity and them niggas that had a voice, that had a platform. They weren't talking about, these Amalekites, these people that run the world, they got this, and that. And you see when they try to do it, what happened right there?
$400,000 fines a game, Kyrie Irving.
You got to do a whole apology, all this shit. So it wasn't going to be them that was going to do it. That's why it says in 1 Corinthians, the Lord will bring to naught the things that are by the things that aren't. AKA the nobodies. Through what? Through this through the social media, through the internet, through the preaching of the gospel, through the inquisition of the ungodly.
Right.
And our voice has become magnified through YAHAWASHI and the spirit of the Lord.
Right, the Holy Spirit.
That is why now you're being the wicked is being revealed. And that's why your brother said you're moving sloppy. You're doing these things because it's now being something that is being talked about. They do own this. They do it. Nobody was speaking about them owning everything.
Yeah.
And whenever somebody did, you see they got silenced very quickly. But see, this devil, he can't silence this. And the way that he's going to try to silence it is everybody got to be silent. I got to collapse the whole system. He can't just specifically target us. Because when he does, that's when he knows it's going to be a checkmate on your ass.
I didn't research it yet, but I brother posted something. It was like basically, it looked like it was like a news program, but it's basically talking about like things along like gang members and shit like that. Like if basically getting some kind of trouble, you'll be deemed a non-citizen or some shit. But they get into this whole thing with if you're not moving the right way, you're not going to be a citizen. So remember, they came from the northern tribes being illegal immigrants, but the Judites, you can't just say that to the Judites. So they come in with some cunning shit to be like, all right, well, if you're doing that, and I was thinking like, they could swing in the Israelites to that, because this would be considered like a gang or a certain kind of group. You get the whole thing with the can I say hate speech?
Yeah,
hate speech. They deem this. Some federal agents from what they watch these videos, man. They got the algorithm out doing that thing. Yeah, they got the they're good. But I'm saying they got the algorithm thing. So like they're
I'm saying we dealt with it out of the camp. We
dealt with it. I thought you said we knew that. Oh.
Yeah. But how you think they found us?
Right. That's how they do, right? They go to the feds, go to the whatever police municipality. They be like, wherever they at, go to that boom, 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 go approach them. And it's just like that. We're easily approachable.
They knew they had the phone numbers. They know your jobs, where you was at. Mm-hmm. They knew where people lived. Your house, who you lived with, even if you wasn't on the lease.
Right.
They knew that, you lived in your mom's house.
They knew some contacts of you. And it's funny because the way they got to me was a contact I don't even talk to like that. But they knew through the shit with the witness shit. Mm-hmm. And they were like, and it's just like that. And what that showed, that was a poke. They're poking their chest out, saying that we can get to you. But you know what? YAHAWASHI already got to you. You could get to. We're just men. No matter what the worst you could do is kill us. At the end of the day, no, that doesn't even matter. The Lord is like, the ones that in your house are gonna rise first. What did them brothers tell Antiochus? They told him like, you can do this, but your seed, you won't feel it later.
And we always say, remember, you can't. If the Lord said you can't kill us. If the Lord said you can't kill us.
So you don't think they want to now? Right. The issue of life and death is with the Lord. The Lord said, my prophet's not gonna be pushed into a corner no more. And the Lord said, I'm gonna have my prophet to tell you about to get destroyed.
I was gonna say when they shall come as a flood, the Lord's gonna lift a standard against them. Yeah. He's gonna have that hedge of protection. We're gonna just disappear. What's gonna happen spiritually through divine intervention? That's gonna happen right at that moment.
Hey, like you just read, like I just read earlier, the Proverbs 1:33. Whoso hearken up to me shall not be in the worry of fear of trouble. Then you got people. When you talk to people now, like it's a whole different vibe. Because remember, as time goes on, vibes change. Everything's a spirit, everything's an energy, right? When you talk to people now, you talk to, like you said, you go back to last year. If you talked about some last year about, what if like they said that the government shut down and you don't get your food stamps? And like, man, that won't happen. They gotta give us our food stamps. That's what somebody would have said. A year later, government shut down. You might get your food stamps. And it's not like a threat to where like, all right, now it's not like they bluffing. It's like, damn. It's everybody just wait until November 1st. It's an anticipation of what they're going to do, and that's even worse sometimes. Because what if they know when they want to shake shit up, turn shit back on, whatever. They know when they're going to do that, but the people don't know. So everybody just biting their nails like, yo, I hope they turn these shits back on.
I'm going to say real quick. You have a lot of old and disabled people that's on that collect welfare and SNAP benefits, and they ain't gonna be able to go in there and ramshack a fucking supermarket, whatever, Walmart, whatever. They just gonna sit there and wait and this anticipate that the government is gonna come back and start, rerun, start up again, whatever, and the benefits will come back on the card eventually. They can't go out there, and try to, they might,
Be bedridden.
right.
Or they might even just be fast enough because they might try to go there. They ain't gonna have no. Or let the elderly lady go first. That's why the Lord said to spare none, old and young. You stay old first.
You were. Imagine your old ass, right? You in a fucking little scooter in the fucking Walmart trying to, because you can't walk. Let's say you can't walk, man. You motherfuckers fucking World War Z out here. You just gonna get pushed off the scooter.
Bro, how many times through the Spirit brothers mentioned Black Friday and how people act on that day? And that's over getting a deal, right, of a TV or some electronic. We always said through the Spirit with that, starting with the elders and apostles. How you think they're gonna act when it's food? When it's a necessity, man. That's the time that we're in right now, man.
That's what you need.
You literally got a week left, and it's not like, yo, Trump said this from last year, this gonna happen November 1st. This just hit you a month ago.
Yeah.
And you get your your shit on the first of the month. So you really only had this month of your snaps, which they said that shit only the money you get isn't like you get excess money. It ain't like yo, this shit, I got mad money on this shit.
Some people get different amounts, but I want to say that it's in the realm of between like the late hundreds to like 300.
They say you give you enough to make it through the month.
Yeah.
So when the next month, and that's how people live, paycheck to paycheck. Period. That's how regular people live. So the people that the government shut down and they're not getting their money, they said, October 28th is going to be the time where that missing that paycheck is what's going to hurt. That's what's going to hurt. You still remember your bill's not going to stop. Though everything that you need in order for that you pay on your paycheck, we all do it. When you get paid, you start paying your bills. What happens when you don't get paid? You still got bills.
It's still coming in. And remember, this is real time. We're talking about this is real time. Like we're not talking about something like a week. Remember, time is flying. So that week gonna be. We're only talking about Saturday again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that week gonna pass. The thing about what time is it now?
And this week is what they're about to do with this week that's going to pass is what? The Halloween costume, all that. So all this shit that the Lord hates.
Yeah.
You getting in that, you giving up your child a mole, like putting all of these. It's funny because I've seen a lot of, you see with Halloween often, but it's a lot of like skeletons.
I see more decorations myself.
Yeah, it's a lot of skeletons and like that type of decorations. But remember, Trump posted that video, the Grim Reaper, and they had people as skeletons in front of the unemployment office.
Oh shit!
Zombie skeletons in front of the unemployment office.
Because remember niggas. Yo, speaking of the jobs, what the fuck? What company was it? Nestle and Amazon. I think Amazon
Target just dropped 1,000.
That just happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was Amazon and Nestle. I think Nestle laying off 16,000 workers, and Amazon is replacing a couple 100,000 workers with robots or AI. And remember, Amazon, these are companies that's been laying off people already. So like the layoffs are going to continue. People are not, and it's funny you mentioned about the Halloween. I know that lately, the decorations I've been seeing have been a little more demonic. Like people been going all out for the Halloween this year because, like, I guess there's like a spirit of like, yo, man, hey, the going out with a bang. But you found something? You want to say something?
No. It wasn't what I thought it was.
Oh,
but
shit.
I had a precept.
Okay,
Job 11 verse 20. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape. Their hope shall be as giving up of the ghost.
So you don't got much. You don't got much to hope for. Is that what is it? It's more days behind you than ahead. But you're still gonna push you because you know nothing else. They don't know nothing else, but they're gonna put out Halloween shit up, But you gotta remember, your pockets is talking differently. And this ain't just Jake either, man. It's Esau too. Esau feeling it too. Don't get it twisted, man. Anybody is American residents. Now, granted, you might have some that's doing better than others, but the rise of food costs affect everybody. You can't fight that. Especially if you got multiple people in the crib. You got a lot of kids. Remember, it's if you have a lot of children, because that's why the Lord said, woe to those would give suck on those days. You know what I'm saying? They got the Halloween already started. The Halloween right there and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they still gonna find time to do the bullshit. No matter how many scores you get hit with, you still gonna find a way, yo. We gotta find a way to do this folly. Wise to do evil. What are they? Wise to do evil?
It's good to have no knowledge.
But it's too good to have no knowledge. And remember, you going, yo, remember the whole thing with the trick or treating shit? They was like, what they said? They was putting shit in the candy.
Oh yeah.
Like putting razors in the candy.
Thumbtacks.
Or putting some kind of poison on the wrapper so like they touch it, they can breathe it or eat this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and it's been going. That was going on for years, actually, for a minute. And that's a demonic ass individual to do that to. First off, the candy shouldn't be eaten anyway. But the fact of like, damn, you gonna put a razor in a candy? So that's the Lord showing you that you shouldn't be doing it. Because if the Lord puts any kind of obstacle in something that you like doing, you should evaluate should you be doing that or not. Straight up. Okay?
Back in 2 Ezra 16, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness.
Worker, you said did you go into amendment before? Because the amendment means to change.
Yeah, to be corrected.
Yeah, it's, you're supposed to change your ways. Remember, it's to bring you unto repentance. You're supposed to be humbled and be like, yo, damn, maybe what we're doing is like not helping us in life. But now they're like, no, you know what? Yeah, I'm about to go get my costume, yo. I'm about to go do this. I'm about to do some kind of folly, some kind of vain shit. And you feeling the anguish, you feeling the scourges, but that you like, you know what? I'm still going, you know, whatever. But
Nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, the victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they think themselves to be in a good case.
and that's kind of running dry.
Hey, and that's what Trump was posting it.
Yeah.
Right? That was his whole candidacy run was like, yo, we about to bring inflation down. We about to do this.
Oh, then what he really started saying, cutting shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the picture is not sweet no more. Even with the snap, we're gonna keep going to the snap shit. But remember, it's a trying time from here till next Saturday. So we gotta stay tuned. We are, and 42 million Americans. That's a nice percentage of the population.
That's the ones that's on it.
Right.
What about the ones that benefit from it?
Right.
So like those 42 got children.
Mm-hmm. Other family members, old people, you might have your parents living with you, all that type of shit. Yo, we know these kind of people. I know people that be like, yo, food stamps there, because like you gotta think. When you get the food stamps, right? That's when people like, you get the most shit. So like if the shit come in, you already got shit you want to get. You want to go to the grocery store, rack up. Whatever's left. And remember, that's just if you one person. You got people that get it just for themselves. But then most people that got it are usually people that have other people to attend to.
Oh, and I was watching something that said that if that actually goes on for a while, then the actual grocery stores are going to have to raise their prices because the grocery stores get paid by these 42 million people using that.
Right.
So that means that the prices. So now the grocery stores ain't going to take the loss. So they're going to raise their prices. So now what about the people that are not on it, but they don't make that much money? So now they go into the grocery stores and seeing that milk went up $1.50. So now they're going to be affected by that.
You said the grocery store, but remember also too, not the bodegas accept that shit too. So the price is already crazy there. Mm-hmm. So imagine you got to go to like to Quick Check or the bodega around the way. Yeah, convenience stores. You'd be like, yo, candy bar is like $6. Fucking a bottle of soda is what? It's $4. A bottle of soda. Or no, excuse me, can of soda. Now, granted, you shouldn't be drinking that shit, but you remember you can't get hot shit with food stamps. So they get shit like cold subs. Let's say you go to sandwich, you want to get a sub from the poor man. The poor man like $10 now.
Shit, you talking about things that you don't really need, but what about like bread, milk, rice,
right,
beans?
People that don't got cars, you got to go to those bodegas. So that's why they have those prices that because they know people that have to rely on that. It's a scheme, yo. Remember, it said these devils did a diligent search. People all like, you brothers be in New York. If you're in New York, a lot of people don't have cars. They use the transportation. But remember we talk about the people that's older. That are just, you're really kind of like I don't want to use the word trapped, but kind of trapped in this area you're in.
Shit, they might
secluded. Yeah, secluded.
They might a person might not try to take from the grocery store, but they might be scheming on somebody that's going to the grocery store.
That's what they talk about too. They would talk about that. They would talk about like, yo, motherfuckers, that the shit happening in like grocery store parking lot.
Yep.
Remember the one time motherfuckers was fighting over the bitch had hella meat in her freezer. I mean, her trunk.
And who they gonna get? They gonna target the women. So it might be just a regular woman that's not on food stamps. She going, you know, I got my groceries. Yo, let's grab her. Let's get her.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, think about if who's in the situation right here. You see her child walking with
Yep.
her. Like, easy target.
And they may not even try to like harm you, but they're just gonna run up on you, grab it, and then dip.
Easy target. Yo, what they said, they even show you that in movies. It'd be like somebody, right? For instance, let's say a woman and like the dude that come to rob her could be a dude she know. You're like, yo, man, I'm sorry, but I gotta do this. I gotta take this from you. Oh, yo, you go grab it. Yeah.
In the love of many, wax and cold, they ain't even gonna say sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that's in the movie.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, exactly.
But it's gonna be worse than the movies.
Word.
Right.
That's the thing. You know, women like to see scary movies and all that. It's gonna be worse. You gonna be it in the movie.
This is a movie.
You gonna be Nightmare on Elm Street.
Word. Chase, you don't have no fucking terrors on the show. Remember, the Lord said terrors. Oh, the terrors. Many evils shall befall them, man. Your calamity. You know what calamity is? Calamity is a bad thing. When you have a calamity fall upon, that means people robbing, killing, unaliving for not much. You got niggas who say I'll kill for less. You got people it's gonna be survival mode, survival of the fittest. Who got what I need?
Hey, you got Salaki, because it just hit me. You got people that have misused the prophets that have talked in our personal lives that know us, that have done or said things against us, said things against the Lord because they don't like us. Guess what? They gonna go to the grocery stores. They're old ass people, young people.
Whatever.
You go to a grocery store and you coming back thinking everything's good. Nah, that person, and there might be another woman. That 250-pound woman might come and just grab your grandma. Give me them groceries.
Motherfucker scheming on you.
She grabbing you, trying to hold it. She push you down. You hit your head. Now she gone. Now your mother's dead.
Just like that. Just like that. Just like, you mentioned the purge earlier. Remember the purge where old girl killed her sister? Just like that. And that was something that was boiling over time. This is gonna be shit that don't need to boil over time. This is gonna start right then and there.
Word. Because remember, these people, people don't go a day without eating. So you gonna feel the hunger, and that hunger is gonna be like, I don't want to be hungry no more. That's day one.
Day one.
That's day one.
Some people don't even go a couple hours without eating. Yeah, because remember, you think about all this all this processed shit niggas eating. So your digestive system's already fucking out of whack because of the bullshit and the food. Now you're talking about a lack of even the bullshit. So remember, ribs touching. Don't make me wait. Run around and fucking stat. What did D-Back say? Said something.
Yeah. Run, stop me and snatch the plate.
Yeah. They're gonna snatch your plate, nigga. They're gonna snatch your food. Hey, yo, man. Guess what else?
Long enough now.
And guess what? It gets so bad. Yeah. See? And it's gonna get so bad to where you mentioned the food pantries. Let's imagine it's gonna get so bad to where if it's to a certain level, niggas gonna be scoping them shits. Because remember, if you said they're gonna scarce, right? If they're gonna spread this, so they see the people that did get some shit, niggas gonna just watch them. This is and this is we're not joking. This is dead serious, man. Dead serious, dead serious. And we coming to the time, Jacob's trouble. What did Ezra say? He said, "Who shall deliver me in those days?" That means that what? He felt helpless. He seen helpless shit. Motherfuckers gonna be helpless. You ain't gonna have nothing. And the only help that you could have had, you ignored. You said no thank you. You said no thank you to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai's protection. So Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai is gonna say, what? I'm gonna bring these calamities on you. And then I'm gonna laugh at you. And they're gonna say, go to your gods and pray to Jesus and have him save you. Go to Allah and say, save me, Allah. This been real right for the Palestinians, right? Allah still on that coffee break. We like, where Allah at? Didn't the Lord even say that? And when he's talking to Moses, before Moses died, he said they're gonna go to other gods and say, go tell your God to deliver you. Can somebody get that real quick, if they may? I forget where exactly at, but like anything where the Lord said, go to your gods and see if they could deliver you, man. Because we're coming to a time that now it's gonna be like, who gonna help you? You help what Esau, the government, he's taking your help away. So now who gonna assist you in those days? Who's gonna deliver you in those days? Your idols? Is it going to be Baal? Is it going to be Molech that you burnt offerings to? Those gods you made with your hands? It's not Esau no more. Esau cutting off the faucet. Who's to say he's going to turn it back on? And if he do turn it back on, it's going to be stipulations. It's going to be, oh, no, you got to do this. You got to jump through this. Oh, remember they were told too about the being eligible for how they're going to start going to do different standards. So you can't just be, you have to actually reach a certain kind of guideline. Johnson?
This is Judges 10 and 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen.
Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. You chose Jesus, right? That ain't been this shit for us. You chose Allah, right? Pork, no pork, right? My brother, swine, my brother. You chose that, right? Where the Muslims at? Where the 5%ers at? Where's their explanation to what's going on? What does the gods got to say about this, man? We're talking about the gods, right? Bring it out. Bring it out.
You keep speaking.
Because he ain't going. Yo, these other guys. The Lord's already proven that these other gods don't exist, but he's just doing it just to really mock you and your gods. Got it?
Yeah. Judges 10 and 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more.
There you go. So then he snapped the snaps away. He took it away. The Lord had Esau take it away. Because you wonder, like, how can they be so evil? How can they be so cruel? The Lord put on their spirit to do that. The Lord said, "What the heart of the king is in the hands of the Lord, and He worketh whithersoever He will, like the waters." Roughly paraphrasing.
Yep. He said in Isaiah 19, "I would deliver you into a cruel Lord, man."
Word. And that same chapter is the Egyptian versus Egyptian, right? What also is happening? America is in fucking shambles. So if America's in shambles, what they always go to? Yo, we'll spread these niggas real quick. That's it. Oppress Jay. Anytime you're going through something, you oppress the Israelites. That's how they get their rocks off. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Go cry unto the gods which ye have chosen.
Go cry unto the gods which you have chosen. Go to Christ. Go to Buddha. Go to Buddha. Go to the gods, man. Go see what the mathematic is for you to be delivered. What is the equation? What is the math for you to be delivered? Because have y'all heard anything from the 5% explaining what's going on with the God's prophecy? Have you heard anything? I ain't hear nothing. And this is not no personal shot, but it's to the actual doctrine itself, man. And we talk about prophecy. At the end of the day, it's about prophecy. None of these other religions, none of these other beliefs have talked about prophecy that's kind of around real life. It talks about bullshit and prosperity. It talks about dumb shit. It talks about real broad shit. What?
Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. And we're coming to that time. Your time of your tribulation. Jacob's trouble. Tribulous times. Hey, through and you're not being humble. You're not taking pride in your afflictions. Well, not the righteous kind. You're taking wrong. You're taking pride against it. So we're like, yo, you're not giving credit to the Lord. You're not saying that, oh, yeah, I should come back to the Lord. You're saying, yo, we need to go harder with the vanity. We need to go harder with the folly. Hey, yo, we want to make the costumes more, get better costumes. Because that's what they do. Jake do. When they're going through bullshit, they say, well, happy time. So they do shit for the holiday season. But the Lord said, well, I'm gonna cut that money off. You can't do a lot with money. And the Lord said wisdom and money is a defense. But you chose against wisdom. See, the prophets, the men and women that believe in YAHAWASHI, they're the ones that the Lord's going to deliver, because what it said, they hearken unto me. But the majority of our people did not hearken unto the Lord. So that's why the Lord said, what? I'm gonna get you. And He's getting them. God. What?
That's it on that.
That was it on that? Hey,
So like it. Damn. Just had.
Yeah,
Second Ezra 15, verse 14. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
woe to them that dwelleth in, it's at the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
This word. So woe to them. You know what woe means? Woe doesn't mean good times. Woe means destruction. Like woe. W-O is time, destruction, trouble. Right?
It says, For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another.
And that sedition is where it talks about, like, basically like another word for uproars. What's the word? Tensions, shit like that. But when we talk about the food, because I think in that same chapter it talks about
It says, for they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
So they should not regard their kings nor their princes, right? That's been happening since Trump in office. Yo, I mean, even though like I said, he got a lot of supporters, but it's a lot of people that don't support what's going on. There's a lot of people that MAGA supporters that don't support what's going on in the Middle East.
Hey, you just had the No Kings protest.
God.
And the part where it says they shall not regard the course of their actions to stand in their power, that's what they've been talking about. That's what they've been saying as far as stealing the food. Right? The laws say you gotta don't steal, but they say, you know what? We want to do what we want to do.
Saying basically fuck the law. And say you should not regard your king nor princes. So you're not regard the consequences of the law that of the
rulers.
Yeah, the place. Yep, place you're under.
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
That's a whole bunch of happening right now, man. The whole thing with people want to go to Europe. They said you gotta have a digital ID if you're an American citizen.
The air traffic controllers, the TSA members, Daryl was just telling me in Atlanta, the airport there was a video of like long ass lines because there was no TSA. TSA didn't show up to work.
Oh, the TSA didn't return to work.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because that's government.
Oh,
so they wasn't getting no paychecks.
I know it's federal.
Yeah, that's federal.
Okay, that makes sense though. The airlines,
and that's also dangerous too. Because if you don't got TSA there, or if you got them there, but they not really trying to be there, so they not gonna do their job. So now it makes it easier for somebody if they want to try to, bring something in, do something. You remember, you still got your outside adversaries that's looking at all these things that is happening. So they're looking at it like, yo, maybe this is a good time to activate themselves. That sleep. You still got to deal with the Iranians ain't forget. They didn't forget, man. You tariff in China, they not forgetting.
India,
and Russia. They said we at war with America right now.
Sure enough.
All of those millions of what they said, military age men that came through the border, it wasn't just Northern tribe. You had a lot of Chinese, a lot of Eastern Afghanis, Russians,
a lot of enemies countries,
Iranians, yeah. Iraqians, whatever them niggas is called.
Probably throw some Pakistanis in there, you will.
So you got there's a lot of things that is brewing up in Babylon, man. Like we said, we at a point so you cannot return back. You can't go to make it a great again. Only thing is forward is great destruction.
Now you talk about we're in the 2020s, it's not going to go back to how it was in the 90s ever again. That's why the nostalgia is a big thing. Like the 90s.
A lot of those memes.
Yeah. And we go back to a time. We ain't going back to that time.
They brought back NBA on NBC. Was it nostalgia? That's when Jordan and all them winning championships and all that shit. Whatever. Everybody trying to go back to the good old days.
Yep.
When everybody was happy and everybody was eating and being merry and all that party and shit. No, that shit is over.
I want to say they said they would talk about. So that means they're gonna bring back that.
Yeah, they brought the music. Yeah, they brought the music back. Yeah, they trying to go back.
Yeah, and you know that they did the Cobra Kai. You don't be surprised if they make a remake of American Eagle. All these remakes that they're making from movies from the 80s when America kicked everybody's ass. Best of the best, where you got a team from America, a fictional karate tournament or kung fu, where you got American people beating down Orientals at their own kung fu and karate and all that, coming in, invading everybody. Chuck Norris, all of that stuff. They want that nostalgia back. But now you got sodomites. You got a whole bunch of things going on in this world that you're not going to get that era back because everything's offensive now. Everything from the 80s is now offensive.
Hey, that's why you have Pete Hessler said, are we trying to get the warrior ethos back? It's been here since the Roman period of the 4th century. And we need a great, but and then they're going to show you who they are. They're showing you what they're exercising, all of the power of the first beast. That's why they're mentioning, we were the Department of War. It was called the Department of War during the time of George Washington. And when they did that, what mindset were they in? They were in the mindset of the ancient Roman Empire.
Right.
That's why they're trying to, because that's the only thing they could do. That's why the Lord said, stand now in thy enchantments where you labored from in the youth. When you got to where you got, it was because you were like this. But you're not considering that the Lord allowed you to get to that position. And you're not considering the latter end of it. You can't go back in time to where you was at before, Esau. You tried, you would have tried, we always say you would want to go back to Esau and Jacob and that deal. You can't go back. Time, Jay-Z said, time don't go back, it goes forward. Can't run from the pain, go towards it. You got to go toward it. And as time ticks, you're knowing that you're coming to an end.
Word. And since you said it, since they're going back to their beginning phases, that's how you know they're at the end, because it's going to end how it started. He moving like on some narrow Alexander type shit.
Definitely.
Where they going about like the person like throughout the whole earth and like saying, y'all don't do this, we're gonna take our head. Or y'all don't do this, we're gonna take our head. Y'all don't do like what?
The golden age.
Yeah.
That goes back to Rome. The whole Nero, he burned half of Rome, a third of Rome, and he built a golden dome. And then here you got Trump talking about he's trying to build the east wing of the White House. And when he showed pictures, the rendering pictures, the pictures looked like it was all this gold inside. It was like the tables and shit, but they had it like basically the tables and everything and the chairs. It was all like goldish plated.
Yeah. You know, somebody made mention of that shit. They're talking about, oh, y'all got money to do that shit, but yet, fucking just shit that's going on with the American citizens. Like, cause they said it's like around $300 million that shit cost.
And Trump said he used his own money to do that. I think Nero, he funded the Golden Dome.
Damn. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know he was doing money. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, he said he's throwing his own money in there. There's other people that's throwing their money. He says it's not gonna be none of the taxpayer dollars.
Well, if that's the case, why don't you help some of the taxpayers with just shit? That go to shit. That's a cruel Lord. And in your face, that's a spit in the face to you, America. You Edomites. That's y'all motherfuckers too. That's your president saying that, yo, fuck y'all. We're gonna build this ballroom. I think it's gonna be a ballroom.
Yeah.
Trump's ballroom.
Host the greatest leaders. They're going to come here and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be nothing like it ever seen.
Hey, that song's 49 and 11, yo. You think how your actual houses shall continue forever because your White House? You think the White House is going to be standing forever? You think all this shit all going to be a faded memory soon? But that's what, like the brother said, they're exercising their powers after the first beast. And I'm pretty sure that shit going to look real Roman inside. Because the White House looks like a Roman.
I want to read about what the elder was talking about. Construction began after the Great Fire of 64 and was nearly completed before Nero's death in 68. A remarkably short time for such an enormous project. This is talking about the Golden Dome. Nero took great interest in every detail of the project, according to Tacitus. And Tacitus is also the historian that proved that there was a YAHAWASHI, by the way.
It took a short time for the project.
Remarkably short time for such an enormous project.
And Trump is already working on it.
They were doing demolition.
They're already doing the demolition. And a lot of things that Trump is doing, he's doing it quick. He made a statement. He said, a week to me is eternity. I like to get things done quick.
And oversaw the engineering architects Celer and Severus, who were also responsible for the attempted navigable canal with which Nero hoped to link Misenum and Lake Avernus. Emperor Otho and possibly Titus allotted money to finish at least the structure on the Oppian Hill.
Speaking about the canal, Trump is talking about trying to get back the Panama Canal. Which I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Nixon or Reagan that gave it up for $1. But no other president since that point thought about, oh yeah, we didn't want the Panama Canal back, but now Trump talking about, we want it back. Oh yeah, the Gulf of America.
Shouldn't Afghanistan.
No, it's right there. He's
I'm
from
talking
Mexico.
about he wants to take that base back.
Oh, yep. Yeah. He said he want to take Canada.
This continued to be inhabited notably by Emperor Vitellius in 69, but only after falling ill, until it was destroyed in a fire under Trajan in 104. Notice they're not putting 104 AD, BC, because they're trying to take the fact that BC is before Christ, AD is Anno Domini, which means year of our Lord. They don't want that. They want to be secular all the way. They don't want any connection to spirituality. Even that fake Lord over there.
That was it on it, right? Yeah. So going back here to 2 Ezra 15, verse 17, 18 says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that goes back to what we were saying. Y'all being, the Lord is bringing evils, and you're still being prideful in the evils that he's bringing. And it said what? Because of that, you're going to have cities are being troubled. When you have people going up into stores, grocery markets, those in the downtown cities areas, right? There's the marketplace. That's going to be troublesome. And then you also got the National Guard, the troops. That's troubling the cities, right? Houses being destroyed. People run up in people's houses. All of these things, the Lord said, this is going to come upon this place, man. And men shall be afraid.
I mean, you think about it, how Esau got everything all fucking tight and close to each other too. These cities, the ones like the kind of poor cities closer to like you have Newark and fucking Shore Hills. You got fucking like a lot of towns that's like kind of like urban or whatever. They're close to the Edomite towns, so that's going to cause a lot of sedition among men. That's going to cause a lot of tension.
And you're going to have a lot of the troops are going to come to those cities, and they're going to basically keep Israel encamped in there.
Yeah.
Same way they did during the 70 AD. They camped around about Jerusalem. Remember, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, so they know where Israel was is predominantly at. That's why even in Chicago, you got parts of Chicago that are not being raided by the troops.
North side, I think.
But you got other parts of it that shit look like a war zone.
It's like a Jersey.
Go to Atlantic City. Atlantic City, you got the hood,
Yeah.
and then you got all the beautiful casinos on the boardwalk, and on the other side of Atlantic City, you got Newark, you got the area around the Prudential Center, and then you got that's why they call our neighborhoods inner city, right? Because you have the city, the regular city, and you have the parts inside of the city. Because you have Broad and Market, which is now a lot different from Broad and Market when people was getting stabbed up and shot in broad daylight. And you got Hawthorne Ave, you got Jelliff, you got Chancellor Ave, Lyons, where all the shit happens.
Yep. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
And great tribulation. So aside from the lack of bread and the famine, there's other tribulation that's going to befall you. Hey, like we talk about the Pampers and shit, baby formula. That's along the line of food too, but like yo, think about women being on that time of the month.
Oh, prescriptions.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. And that's already.
I'm sorry. They had a shortage of baby formula a few years ago, if y'all remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about what happened now. They lock it up. They put it behind the thing. You know what I'm saying? Brother said, think about you said prescription drugs, right? There's already an issue with that shit because as of right now, because I do medical transportation, they're more I don't know if your brothers heard like the doctors because niggas be like get their prescription, they sell it. So like they're getting more harsh with doctors like giving out prescriptions. So like they'll give somebody, let's say somebody get a prescription of like certain amount of pills. Let's say you get 90 pills. They're bumping down to like 50 pills. You know? So what's gonna happen when that supply is not even there, period? Remember in World War Z, where were they going? What's the pharmacies?
Pharmacy, yep.
Pharmacia. They get medicine and food. They always go to the pharmacy because what? It's not just even if you're prescribed to the drug, but like it's shit that you need.
Oh, and now too, you see a lot of kids, right? That's why you had Robert Kennedy trying to get rid of the Red 40, and we've been knew about that.
Right.
That's been a thing. That's not like just something that just happened yesterday. Y'all been knew about the all of those fucking chemicals that you was putting in the Doritos chips, and then the fucking the Hawaiian punch and all that shit. Everything.
Fucking Ticos.
And then now you got Israel. You got kids that are. You got kids with cancer, kids with all types of immune deficiencies, leukemia, autism, asthma, all the shit you get from the pharmacies. So you have those issues. It's like in the movie World War Z. He didn't need to go there, but he needed it for his daughter. And in the middle of that shit, she had an asthma attack.
Yeah.
Imagine young child have an asthma attack in the middle of you trying to run away. You got to stop because they can't run, they can't breathe.
His daughter, the children were young too, right now. Like, they weren't like high school age, right?
Nah, I think one was younger than high school. They wasn't even in high school.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, weren't even so they're like little kids. Like,
you probably have one was in the young middle school, and the other one was in elementary school.
And I want to say that they had another kid because somebody's parents died, right?
Oh yeah. The Northern tribe. Yeah, their parents died.
So that's another mouth.
Right.
I didn't say it. No, it's not for campus.
Oh.
But yeah, like so times gonna get dire on these streets, man. And they're already dire, but it's gonna get more dire and more and dire for more people. Cause now some people be like, well, I'm not on Snap. I ain't gotta worry about that. But then what about the people that's on Snaps out here fucking scoping people that ain't on Snaps, the haves and the have-nots? Remember, sometimes it's gonna be a curse to have because you're gonna be a target.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be walking around freely
with your
grocery bags, and you ain't gonna just have your grandma go out and yo, can you pick us some milk up for us? People are going to be in the dire. What we say? When desperation times calls for desperation measures, man. Desperate measures. Desperate times, desperate measures. How happened?
It's gonna be a police state.
Yeah. But what they're going to have first, because Stephen Miller, Trump's policy advisor, he said that chaotic times causes change, and they want that change to come. So they're going to let the chaos happen.
Right.
They're going to let the chaos happen.
Eat it.
We always talk about it. Order out of chaos, man. That's how they've always done things. What did what's the guy's name? John Rockefeller, I think it was. Not John. What's the other one?
Nick Rockefeller?
No, the fat one.
Fat one?
I think it might have been John D. Rockefeller, but yeah. But he said what never let a good crisis go to waste.
Oh yeah.
These are the way that they make moves, how they get change to happen.
Gotta bring the chaos.
You gotta bring some type of calamity that is so extreme that people need a solution.
Right.
And then you come with a solution that is a complete different way that you were doing things. What happened after the 9/11? The Patriot Act. So a totally different way of how society was viewed, government viewed your actual citizens.
Right. To add on to the Patriot Act, I'm gonna brother Tazadat.
Oh, it's like
he brought out the
Churchill was the guy who said
Winston Churchill. The Patriot Act. Before that incident, that the American public rejected the Patriot Act. They wasn't fucking with the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act was actually denied. But once that incident happened, it was like, well, we'll take it now. So that go to show, like the brother said, it's order out of chaos. Sometimes, and the Lord's about to put chaos on you, Esau, but He's allowing you to put the chaos on Jake and the rest of the inhabitants of the earth because He's got to let you get you in your pride back. But soon enough, you're gonna not be in control no more, and the sword is gonna come to you. Because the Lord said, in the midst of all that, the curse is gonna transition.
Yeah, I wanted to say that's the beauty. That's actually the good thing about us, mostly black and brown people, being in poverty, is because we're used to it. Y'all are the ones that are going to be losing your damn minds like you did during the stock market crash of 1929. You're going to lose your damn mind because you're not used to poverty. You're not used to having to scramble and scrape. It's gonna be Edomites. Like I forgot what the hell that damn movie was. Office Space, where they was like, how do you launder money? And they found the first black person they could find and asked them how you could launder money. That's how you're gonna be. You're gonna be trying to find out how to do crime.
So they know how to do it.
Well, our type of, like the type of crime our people be doing in the hood.
Yeah.
Those petty
shit.
crimes,
Because they're gonna be without.
Yeah.
So they're gonna need to have to track well, you know, when in Wayne's Brothers when he had to play the homeless dude.
Oh, yeah.
My man, so like, you know, I guess, you know, that's what they Hollywood do. That you playing a role, you get somebody that's in that like thing, so you can, like, you know, take pointers from this shit.
Jeremiah 25 verse 29, for lo, 25 verse 29, for lo, I began to bring an evil on the city which is called by my name. Should ye be utterly unpunished? Ye will not go unpunished, for I will call a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord.
Hey, I like when it says the inhabitants of the earth, because people make it seem like when the biblical things happen, it's going to be like on some, it's not going to be on this planet, it's going to be in the, when everything else happens on the planet, earth. All the other things of history and judgments that happen on the earth. The time of Noah happened on the earth. The time of Moses happened on the earth. The time of YAHAWASHI going on the cross, that happened on the earth. The very earth we're standing on right now. So in part, the last days we're in is going to take place on the earth. The Lord said on earth as it is in heaven. So that means the Lord about to bring the heavens to the earth. He's about to bring the heavens armies to the earth. You about to see angels on the earth in real time, and you're going to know that it's an angel. They're not going to be doing it like that. They're kind of like in stealth mode right now. You can't really see them, but they're there. YAHAWASHI is there. The eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and it surely is a sinful kingdom, man. Look how Jake is living. Jake is the one that is sinning first anyway. But then you got these other nations that with their idolatry and their heathen shit. I seen this one show with these Elamites fucking throwing cow dung at each other. Like, what the fuck?
We're gonna close it up. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 27. Salaki. 25, 26. Not bad. Not bad. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 8. It says, start at 7. The way of the just is uprightness. Thou most upright doest weigh the path of the just. Yeah, in the way of judgments, in Salakia, in the way of thy judgments, O Lord, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to thy name and to the remembrance of thee. My soul have I desired Salakia. My soul have I desired thee in the night. Yeah, with my spirit within me, I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness.
And that's in this truth what we've been preparing to do for all these years, man. Lord willing, we be part of the elect, man, because now the judgments are here.
Let me read it in NLT. Not bad, bro. It says, in the night I search for you, in the morning I earnestly seek you. For only when you come to judge the earth will people learn what is right.
Damn. Yo, run that back one more.
It says, for only when you come to judge the earth will people learn what is right.
So when bad shit happened to you, I'll never forget that Mike Epps comedy stand-up. He was like, when people are like in the fucked up case, they are praying this, even when they're praying to Jesus, they're praying this and third, God, this and third. When everything is all good, it's like it's back to the party, back to the bullshit. But now ain't no more back to the bullshit. Because now the Lord is leaving them strokes there. He's leaving those scourges there. He's leaving those judgments there, man. So now where it's just getting worse as time goes on. And people are trying to like go back. Like we're trying to find a happy place. My bad. We're trying to find a happy place. But the happy place, is no more happy place. It's fucked up. It's terminal. And it's not gonna go back to what it was. But go ahead.
One more. Psalms 9, verse 16. Yahweh, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, is known by the judgment which he executeth.
That's right.
The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands.
That's right. Yo, you devils are people too. But it said what the name, it mentioned something about the name before, but the name of the Lord, that's the key thing. That's all we're gonna have to go to rely on in that day. And that's all we need. Because who's bringing these judgments? He just said, Yahweh Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI. So why not confide in him to protect you from it? If he's the one bringing on the pain. And that's one thing a lot of our people are not going to do. That's what none of the other nations are going to do. So the Lord is going to continue to be bringing these judgments more and more. It's judgment go forth. And the Lord said what? judgment going forth every day. You just had some 23-year-old. She was unalive by her ex man that was stalking her. You had this one cat chopped up his girl, or chopped up a girl.
You had the one dude, the Northern Tribe, Jake, that shot up his parents' house.
Oh, the son,
Yep.
the stepfather, because he took the wash, because he did bad in school and he was told to wash the dishes. That's an evil spirit, man. And remember, that's the fight in your own son. Well, the mother.
Well, the mother was there.
Yeah, the mother
in the house,
and the children and the siblings. Yeah. When I seen that shit, I thought I misread. Like, then the son was a suspect. Damn. Just because they told you to wash the dishes. Now, granted, it could be more than meets the eye, but from what it was said that I'm saying it was said that the stepfather and the son it was like issues going on within the house with his behavior.
Well, I'm gonna say, regardless,
yeah,
it could be nothing that could warrant that.
Word, because that's dishonoring your mother. You thought he supposed to get put to death. You trying to kill your mother. Where they do that at? What, America?
Hey, so we'll close it out with that. Oh, you got something?
Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. That's right. The house of mourning, you know what I mean? Being long suffering and just, watching for the prophecies and everything that's happening and paying attention to what's going on. Then, in the house of feasting is that house of mirth, that partying spirit. You know what I mean? Being merry, being, just complacent, just not knowing what's going on. You know what I mean? Like we're praying and sighing and crying to the Lord to deliver us. And for us to get out of here because we're suffering being here on this earth. Look it up. That's it.
I don't know. So so with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakadash. So next time, shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
My bad. I didn't know you were talking.